Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Arcane Adventures in Andromedus. I am your GM Carrick, and I will be running this game. But first, I'm going to be a sellout for ourselves and tell you about all the shit we have going on. So, first up, I want to talk about some of our podcasts. So, we got No Silver Linings. It's our 15 episode Call of Cthulhu podcast. It's available wherever you get your podcasts. Diving to chilling horror set in Silver Mines County, Tipperary in 1919. That is by our good friend Mark Corrigan of Shunnock Games. You can actually also get that module on Drive-Thru RPG, and I believe he does offer a discount on that if you're a member of our Patreon. But I'll come back to that later. As well as that, the Violent Madness returns in podcast form on the Emer Collective. Catch episode 0 for a recap. Now, I think this is slightly out of date, but we do have, I believe, up to episode 14 now on the Patreon and up to episode 13 on the Spotify platforms and stuff like that, like Apple Music and all them podcast places. Thoroughly recommend you check it out. It is a very entertaining podcast. Most episodes average 40 minutes to an hour, so it's a good company for your commute at least once every 2 weeks there. Now, speaking of Patreon, our Patreon is live. Depending on the chosen tier, you'll get monthly original monsters, magic items, and maps made. The maps are made by It's a Map here, Kate, who is one of our players, and our techno mistress. You'll also get early access to podcasts, as mentioned. You'll also get discounts on Drive-Thru RPG and commissions from It's a Map and Liz Shang Avi, formerly known as Zerpsar, who did a lot of the banners and the likes for our Patreon. You'll also get shoutouts on stream and bonus contents. Speaking of our shoutouts, I would like to take the moment to shout out our player in Sophrone Saga, Phonosaurus, or Phona, who plays Scales in the Sophrone Saga. So thanks for the support. As well as that, we've also added a $1 tier for those of you who want to show and support us at a lower price point. No spare coin, no problem. Follow our Patreon for a free original monster and magic item, plus occasional free content, which is usually a map made by Kate, either for one of the games or just because. Kate, I believe you've thrown up a few watercolors recently, haven't you?
I don't think we've released them yet, but I wanted to play with the assets in the watercolor type map, so I had a bit of a play, and so there should be maps coming.
Spoilers, I guess. So
Spoilers,
look
yeah.
forward to that. I do know there were some sci-fi maps put up. So if you're running like a Spelljammer campaign, like we have every bi-weekly, most of the time with our DM Craig, it's a good resource to have a look at there. Check out most, if not all, of the maps are made on Incarnate, which is also a great platform. You should have a look at it. Most of my maps come from there too. They might make them. So, that is kind of it for what we've got going on there. I will do some blurbs at the break and kind of tell you what we have coming up in the week. So, without further ado, I will pass this around to our players and let them introduce themselves. If you just give me 2 seconds, I'm going to see what the order is on the Twitch, but my Twitch is frozen. Yeah, so directly below me, we have Kate.
Hello, I'm Kate, as mentioned by our spicy GM tonight. I play Kiva, who wears the robes of a monk, but her serenity is just a mask. She's restless and sharp-eyed, moves like somebody always expecting a fight, because she is, and she has a tendency to walk into things while people are going, what should we do? Once a trusted weapon of a hidden order, Kiva vanished into obscurity, her name erased. Peace is a lie, she tells herself, because deep down she knows the battle isn't over. Dun dun dun.
Just to interrupt our players real quick, Dave in chat has thankfully told me that episode 14 is live now everywhere, and episode 15 drops on the Patreon tomorrow, so definitely go check that out. I believe they're in the middle of a harebrained prison break, if that hasn't finished yet. I'm slightly behind. So, next up, we have Cian playing Arthur. And which accent is he going to do for his intro? Let's find out.
I'm going to do my normal voice. That's what I'm going to do for my intro. Okay, I'm going to throw a nice little curveball in there. Hi, I'm Cian. I play Arthur Kane, who has been doing a very stupid voice because he was an idiot who gave his real name when trying to disguise himself. So I'm currently playing a swashbuckler rogue / warlock, and in the last episode, I did my first Eldritch Blast, and also stuck my hand in a Mimic, which is not going to have issues.
You did also do that, and that's something you should really avoid doing in future, because Mimics don't like that,
Yeah.
like having hands stuck in them, generally. It's not that they tend to respond violently. Following Cian there, we have Freya playing Alara.
Hello, everybody. Yes, I get to play Alara. She is my bloodline sorcerer, and the last time she has actually managed to kill her first soul. So I managed to get to 11 and a half episodes without killing anything, which I think is my personal record for these things. But she's not doing so well with this right now.
I think that might be the
She's
EC record, as far as I'm aware. I am fairly sure.
Next one, I'll go for 12 at least.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure that most of our characters generally tend to try and murder everything that gets in their face. So it was an interesting breath of fresh air. It's interesting to see if Alara doubles down or continues to try not to kill things. We'll
maybe
see.
not.
Or maybe she turns into
maybe she turns into counter in the whole thing.
So
no, there can only be one.
Yeah, maybe two if Dave gets handy with that shard thing that he's throwing at you guys now that I've left. You might get cut in half. So, following that, we have Paddy playing Buddy, the newest member of our crew.
That's me. I'm Paddy, and I'm playing Buddy, who is a veteran of the Great War and is estranged from his wife and daughter. And it's entirely down to his mother-in-law. Nothing to do with his drinking, which he uses to cope with the memories of the war and the terrible decisions of the noble generals in that war.
Over 100 years since that war, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's, you know...
How old is Buddy?
The war is never over in your mind, Carrick.
True.
Never over. It never leaves you.
And who said it's over in general? We'll find that out later in the campaign, maybe. Yeah, no, Buddy is being currently antagonized by his mother-in-law as well, which will be quite interesting to see how that develops.
We shall see.
Yeah, if those of you are familiar with Paddy in chat at Lumbering Paddy, you'll probably understand why I chose to do that.
No comments.
Following up last but definitely not least, we have V-Pie playing Max.
Indeedly doodly do. I am V-Pie. I am playing Max Madansky, a completely original, non-similar to anyone in the real life character at all. He is a barbarian who gets mildly perturbed at things, which fuels his emotional rages occasionally. Like me, he has no idea what's going on.
I feel like none of you really do, except actually, some of you know too much.
Yeah, he knows nothing.
That's the issue.
But he's happy to be along for the ride, so that's great.
Honestly, that may be a blessing more so than it's a curse. In Max's case. So
he enjoys things. Quick question, DM, if you don't mind. Is Vorik Emberkeep someone in your world?
Vorik Emberdeep is somewhere in my world. That's exactly where I was going to pick up.
That means I have the correct notes, and I can rename this document to something more useful than unnamed document.
Nice. So, speaking of Rurik Emberdeep, last we left off, our players were delving into the tomb of Rurik Emberdeep, which is said to be a backdoor entrance to the ancient dwarven city of Kazan. The city of Kazan was cleared out about 400 years ago when the dwarves did what dwarves tend to do and dug a bit too deep and potentially woke something up. Now, if you see where I'm going with this, no you don't. This is not copyright, no more than Max is. Basically, the people of Kazan fled. Many have since settled in either the Bear Peaks, which you can see here on our lovely map. I will shift ping and it'll move. Maybe. I don't know. It's not updated on the stream yet. Hopefully it has, and you know what I'm talking about. The Bear Peaks, which is a large, and I say large, I mean a massive mountain range that you generally can't climb even. The dwarves tunneled under and set up there. However, many other dwarves set up within the Verthorn Valley themselves, such as Davern, who is one of Buddy's friends from Sun's Grace and the likes. Having spoken to a number of people around and then receiving a sending spell from their friend Tarkin. I use friend as a bit of a strong term. I don't know how the party really feels about Tarkin. He's a great guy. He's only committed some atrocities. And he's requested that they come down there to Kazan to assist him in gathering more information about this dreaded cult of Shalgruthar, as the party have come to know the entity, you know, he who must not be named kind of stuff in that regard. Now, last we left off, they had just fought a mimic. I think Arthur's hand was just about freed from it, and they're pretty fucked up at the moment. Alara is pretty traumatized. I'm going to move us back over to the map and hopefully get some music playing because it seems to have stopped. And we will see where we go from here. If you guys see me looking away, I now have 2 monitors, so I can be more efficient. Are you on the map?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. I just changed the tunes.
Moving them.
Is the mimic still alive?
Should be.
Great.
Wait, shouldn't be.
Didn't we?
Which mimic are you talking about?
No, it shouldn't
Wait a
be.
minute,
I
what?
thought- I have a note.
What?
that
Nah,
Arthur gets the killing blow.
Arthur did kill the mimic.
Oh,
I do remember that. I
Great.
just forgot to give
Lovely.
it. We ended quite suddenly, so I forgot to.
I took a useful note.
You did take a useful note. That's more than I do lately. Let's put it.
I
on-
imagine that note saying mimic equals dead.
Yeah. Let's see. Does playing for us sound good? I don't know because volume isn't playing for me. So let me know if the volume level is too low or if that doesn't suit ambience wise. I will figure it out. So you guys are well. Actually, realistically, only Arthur's looking kind of fucked up. The rest of you are pretty much fine.
Ow! Ah!
You alright over there?
How do you fucking think? Sorry, no, it's not your fault. Really?
I
fucking
did
hate
try to
mimics.
help, to be fair.
You did. You did.
It's
You
sticky though.
all-
I'm not getting close to one of them again.
No. Okay, I'm
If
just
I
going
remember correctly,
Remember, she said
Arthur's
that.
glove is dissolved or in the mimic or
It's not dissolved.
Yeah.
It's stuck.
stuck in the mimic, separated from Arthur. What does his hand
Yeah.
look like? Because that seemed to be a thing.
That was a thing that was not really something I believe Max was present for. So
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
So-
don't know if you know. What's your passive perception? Because I'm not going to allow you to make an active
30.
perception in this case.
It's a
Are
30.
you trying to conceal your hand, Arthur?
Absolutely.
Can you make a sleight
I'm
of hand check?
probably not really looking, to be fair. So
Oh, well
Yeah.
then can I have a look too?
it's
My
kind
passive
of.
is 20.
Well, why? My question is, why were you active? Well, yeah, I will allow it. You might know it was something gave
Well,
him.
because I was
depending
trying
on
to
what he
help
rolls.
him get off the thing, and then I was stuck as
I-
well. So
Yeah,
I
depending on what
think-
Arthur rolls, we'll see. Arthur, roll
Okay.
sleight of hand for me, please.
oh, you
As a 23.
thanks.
I actually think Max was probably trying to get the glove out of the mimic,
No. Leave the glove. I don't want it anymore. Okay.
just because
like,
he's trying to be
don't-
nice and.
The dragon leather
Okay,
just loses
so
value. Okay.
With a 23, you might notice that he's kind of keeping his hands behind his back, but you're not sure whether that's like an injury or what. So I would say you probably haven't really picked up on that.
Okey-doke.
Yeah, I'm actually going to get rip parts of my shirt off and cover my hand in a bandage.
Go for it.
Yeah. I'm not actually doing anything medical. I'm
Yep.
just disguising the hand.
Yeah, we'll allow your sleight of hand roll to kind of allow that.
Yeah. Ugh.
My volume is coming through my monitor for some reason, and I don't know how to change that.
Are you badly hurt, Arthur?
I could use about 5. I could use about 2 hours just sitting. That would be great, and then I'd be fine. Or any of you got any, potions?
Well, I haven't got potions, but I'll give you a little bit of magic and
Oh,
Well,
I
we'll
have
just-
a potion of healing. You can have this.
I do too.
So with
Well,
potions, if
what-
you're taking
That's
them out of
magic
combat,
anymore.
you can get 10 points back.
Hmm.
Potions are
Better
magic,
than one.
Patty, so don't,
Yeah.
don't feel too disheartened. They just don't like your own magic.
Yeah.
I was
Hey,
going to
thanks,
say,
Faye,
would
for
we
the boon
keep
for
it?
Kate.
Thank you, and thank you, Rep, for doing earlier for everybody.
I think it was for Buddy. Yeah,
oh,
and he gave
thank
me
you.
one, and he gave Max one, I think, as
I
well.
believe so.
Yeah,
Well, should we keep
that's
the
the case.
potions in case we need them later, or should we keep a spell or healing for later?
Well, we're all going. Are we taking a little? Well, no, use the spell, sure. Because it's a lot. I could use a lot more effective stuff than healing
Yeah.
in the next. Whenever we come across something that we need to actually do things to, rather than, next
Okay.
fight. So I'll just grab him by the. I'll going to grab him by the neck. I don't really like nobles, and I'll kind of squeeze him a little bit, but just to see his reaction, and then I'll give him. I'll mutter some words, and cast Healing Word for 6 healing.
Okay, yeah.
I say I look slightly better.
Okay, I'll hand you a health potion or a healing potion because you definitely need it.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
just a
you.
regular.
Perfect. I will take it if I need it. 7 plus 6. Why can I not do simple math? That is 13.
13. I'm still pulling the glove out.
No, it's fine.
Still pulling.
Is there anything
One
else
sec,
in there,
guys.
Max?
I finally fixed my music and it's way too loud.
It's fine on the stream. I have it down a bit.
Oh, it's just for me.
Yeah, I'm pulling this glove out.
Can you see anything else other than the glove in there?
I will take an investigation check if you want to sift through the guts, see if you find anything.
I pull the glove out, and just presumably it would be covered in mimic ink.
Yeah, it's covered in like purplish,
Mimic?
clearish.
I'll hand it to Arthur. Hey,
Nice,
I know
by the
you
way.
fancy lads like your clothes. There you go. And I'll drop it in front of him,
It sticks to the
and
floor.
then I will walk back to the former mimic and have a look.
Investigation, please.
Definitely slimy.
You don't really see much.
9.
You're kind of distracted by the massive teeth and tongue that's coming out of the chest.
As anyone would be.
Right, so can I gather from what Arthur's request? Are you taking the short rest here still, or are you pressing on?
Well, if he is kind of saying he wants to, then yeah, we'll wait. I guess.
A warlock begging for a short rest? I never.
Well, the thing is, I actually haven't used my spell slot, so
No.
like I'm actually fine, not health wise, but like also if I take that health potion, I'm nearly back up. I'm over half health. So like I'm okay. Let's keep moving. I think we'll be fine.
Well,
Okay.
Arthur,
How is everyone else?
Arthur, I've often seen a lame cow walking down the field, and the farmer thinks it's grand, and the very next morning the cow's dead. You're better off taking the rest and getting on with it once you're back.
If you say so. I think Arthur just falls down.
That's cool. Yeah, we can take a short rest here if you want. You'll get your short rest.
Perfect.
I have a thing where I can regain some spell slots. It is called.
Yeah, just drop it in the chat there.
It's called Natural Recovery. So basically, the spell slots and their level must add up to half my current level. So I could do at level 4. I could do 2 first levels or 1 second level, and in this case, I'll be regaining 1 second level spell slot.
Nice. It's the same as like an arcane recovery for a wizard, so that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, you just get that back. If any of you else refresh things on short rest, you get that back. I don't know if monks get key points back or if they don't. I'm not sure if that's a long rest or a short rest thing. Might want to check Kiva. But yeah, as you wake up, not wake up, but as you kind of recompose yourselves there after you're taking a sit down. I'd like to ask, what was Alara doing during that hour?
God, what would she be doing? She would probably completely disassociating about what had happened, because she's never taken a life. She's never purposely taken a life. It's always a kind of a control thing to like hold them so she can get away and her friends can get away. So I think it's more kind of rethinking using that spell again.
Okay, can I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Okie dokie. An unnatural.
Okay. I'll give note of that.
Okay.
So, the hour passes. I mean, most of you probably see Alara sat up on her own, but it's quite clear she probably doesn't want to be approached by the rest of you. you don't really hear much coming from the other corridors. They are big, heavy stone doors, so noise probably wouldn't get through fairly easily. You've come from
In
this
these
pass
door.
here. Which door?
Sorry, in either of these two locked doors or closed doors, is there keyholes
Yes.
that we can look through?
There is not.
Damn it, okay. Never mind.
They're big, heavy stone dwarven doors. Dwarves tend to not use straightforward keys in like places like this.
Okie doke.
With your passive being 20, I will say you do notice like there are scratch marks along the edges.
Of both of them?
Yeah, both doors kind of in similar positions.
Can I tell us that was something like trying to crowbar their way in?
Potentially. Hard to say.
Okay.
You probably need an investigation check to find out more than that.
Okay, I will do an investigation check. Once I
Go
find
ahead.
the right character sheet.
Well, we'll say this is for this door here.
Investigation. 21.
You see that there's a recess in the beside the doors that's like maybe a few millimeters past where the doors would seemingly slide in themselves. There's like a faint, like not a faint, but like a very narrow kind of just cut out, like kind of like when you look at a DVD player, the slot in the front, similar to that.
Okay.
Are you proficient with thieves' tools?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna say without that proficiency, you're not 100% certain what it is, but you've seen trapdoors before, so it could be a trap.
I'm just gonna like wander around, and if anybody looks like they want to talk, I will tell them that. But if people look like they're just having a little zone out for themselves, I won't.
Yep. How about the rest of you now that when the hours pass? What are you doing?
I'd probably snap out of it and just see what Kiva's doing. Just kind of like snap out. We'll get to it. Okay. What are you doing?
These doors had a way in, but look, all these weird like scratches on the side. So I don't know if somebody was trying to like get in but couldn't. But then I noticed, see that there, the little indentation. I don't know. I'm not putting my hand in there. Affect that.
Doesn't look like your hand would fit.
I put the point of my sword in.
Okay. Are you trying to do anything?
Just seeing if it's like a button or something, and just pushing it.
With the angle that you're getting at, you need to get like right perpendicular to it. So you need to stand directly to kind of angle your sword in.
Okay.
Your sword's not really flexible enough for it to bend in and not damage.
Okay. I don't want to do that.
Anybody have mage hand?
I do, yeah. I think I do. Anyway, hold on. Yes, I could do. Let's pop the hand through.
The hand wouldn't fit through the hole.
Oh.
Mage hand, can you not make it like a certain size?
Nope, it's set at your same size as your hand.
No way, I never knew that. You learn something new every day.
Stick a finger in it.
Like I said, are you sticking a mage hand finger in it?
Oh
Yeah, go on.
Like I said, it's not gonna fit.
Damn it.
It's about as
God.
like it's a slot that's about the size like it's like it goes nearly the full length of the door, but it's like as wide as a DVD player slot.
How wide is that axe we got off the guy?
Probably too wide.
It's a hefty enough, well-made dwarven axe. It gives you extra damage against goblins.
Are both doors the same then? Have they both got the same?
The other door has about 5 holes. Number your pass will give it to you at the top of the door frame.
Okay, look at this one, guys. Maybe if you got your fingers in all of the holes.
They're not close.
Bowling
You
ball.
put one in each, but like they're like evenly spaced. Like.
Okay, can actually have a close? I know, Dave. Close look around this room. Like, is there any like engravings or
Roll investigation.
pictures on the wall? Investigation. Come on, roll 20. Oh fuck, that's an 8.
You have found nothing of interest really. It's very dusty room. It's hard to see.
Mm.
Yeah, but dark vision, you don't really have much color. Actually, I think there's room torches in it. Never mind. But still, yeah, you wouldn't get much color from much sight.
The door.
Can I give my dagger to the mage hand?
You can.
And then use the dagger and then ask Alara to push the dagger in.
Yep.
I'm moving.
Yeah, we can do that.
Gonna move.
Yeah.
Do I need what? Ooh.
Do you have the mage hand do that? Yeah. So, as you, the mage hand kind of floats up and inserts the dagger on this door here. I would assume because that's the one with the insertion.
Mhm.
3 narrow metal blades fire out from the side of the door, impaling the mage hand. And it then vanishes.
But the door doesn't open.
Not that you can tell. Doesn't
I'm
click or
gonna say
anything.
whatever made those scratches.
Okay. There was other doors. This wasn't the only door. This complex is big enough.
Well, this one up here has got like 5 holes.
Yep.
Yeah,
So maybe
5
we.
people to get hurt.
Mm,
Can I cast? I'm just going to do it. Reduce on the door.
ooh.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I will. So what does he do? Buddy is there, and he just has like a little piece of wet clay in his hand, and just makes the shape of a door, and then just squashes it down to a smaller size. This one here, hopefully.
Unfortunately, nothing happens. The door glows briefly, and like runes seem to light up on the walls nearby.
Oh, do we see the runes?
Yep.
Enough to read them?
Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
Yep. The runes essentially say, I didn't think they'd come up. Trespass not in places where you are not wanted.
No. They don't want trespassers. Max, maybe you have that axe, haven't you?
Yes, thank you very much.
Maybe it's like a little pass card type thing, you know?
You can certainly try.
Okay. Hello. Thanks. I will walk up to the door.
Yep.
I will hold out the axe in a heroic axe holding pose.
Yep.
And that's it. Ah,
Nothing happens.
ye stubborn dwarf. Axe.
I will give it to you for free, but the axe does not seem to be a key.
I don't
It's
think
not
this axe is a key.
Now, do we want to look at the other doors? There was a few other doors around you. I'm pretty sure there was another pathway.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Well, there was stairs as well, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were doors back this way.
Okay, so let's go have a look at some other doors. Maybe they have a key, or I don't know. Like,
Let's just not get killed.
that would
Just
be.
for our
Yeah, do
viewers,
you know
this, I can't move both maps at the same time, so I'm afraid you kind of get skipped while I move Kiva, so I have to do this. So you...
Just before everyone leaves, does it look like and these holes that are in this door, are they small or are they they finger sized or are they pommel sized?
They are pencil sized, I suppose is the best way to put it.
So they're Arthur penis sized. Okay.
Hey.
Given what happened with the other door, I think even without an insight check, I think it's fairly clear to assume that it's probably a trap.
Yeah. I've got nothing that's going to fit in there.
Yeah. And you said the dust was pretty heavy here, Carrick. Is there anything, if I sweep away the dust at the foot of the door, there's no inscriptions or anything like that?
There's a slight mural depicting who you would assume to be Rourke Embershield. Kind of, how do I phrase this better? His hand is pressing against a gigantic sigil in front of a giant pair of gates.
Okay.
And then the sigil is starting to glow out from it. Not on the drawing, but like it look like with the way the mural is built, it looks like it's glowing from his palm as if he'd cast.
Okay. And is there a different mural in front of this other door?
It's the same mural, same floor.
Same mural, okay. Oh, okay, so it's a big mural over the entire floor, is it?
Yeah, but pretty much it's kind of in the middle.
Okay.
So it takes up. Let me see where's the draw till.
I know, didn't realize it. Does the place in the mural look anything like this room?
Takes about that much space. No. Much better craft. Nice.
Okay, well, I would have.
Like the doors are massive.
Maybe take a note of the sigil in case we need it later.
Jot it down.
That's a good
Scribble it
point.
down
Yep.
in our little books.
Feel free to.
What would we call it? Rory.
I don't have a drawing of it. But feel free
symbol.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys are moving on down here, I'm just gonna grab you and move you down to the lower area that you'd been. You got to about here before, so I'm just gonna drag you all across. You didn't proceed down this set of stairs.
No.
No.
So,
well, I will say, because we found murals in 2 rooms now, I'm going to be kind of consistently looking out for on the floor any amongst the dust. I'll kind of be scuffling along with my feet.
Yeah.
And if there is anything like that of interest, I'd take time to uncover it.
So far nothing up until you get to where you are.
What can we see when we look down the stairs?
A room. There's about an inch or 2 of water at the bottom, pooling at the bottom of it. You can't really see where it's come from.
Okay.
Does it smell fresh or dank?
Dank.
Is there any movement in it?
Not that you can see even with a 20 passive. As I said, it's only like an inch or 2. Like likely a leak has caused it.
Okay.
Leak.
Okay. Nobody wants to be the first one to put their foot on a step. We're all at the top going.
Why don't I put the mage hand
I'm not
in
going
it?
down.
I'll put the mage hand in the water and see if anything happens.
Nope, nothing seems to happen when you send your mage out down.
What is this roundy thing here up at the top?
It's like a lantern.
I'm gonna go up and pick it up and throw it into the water.
You can't move it.
Oh, I can't move.
No, it's like built into the structure.
What have I got in my pack I could throw into the water?
Let's see.
I'm gonna grab one of these dead bodies
Oh, good thinking.
because
Oh, nice.
I'm big and strong. Can you stop moving my microphone out of the way? Thank you.
Doggo is here to help.
And I will throw one of those in.
You're one of the goblins, yeah.
Yeah.
Small splash. Goblin just is kind of sticking out of the water now. It's not floating or anything because it's not deep enough. So
It's not sizzling or anything.
not that you can see.
At least we've got a little bridge.
That's true. Right.
Okay.
We need to get down these stairs, so either need to go down them or
How
David,
wide
Can
is
you
this body
stop
of
right
water?
there?
throw another body down the stairs.
As you step on the stairs, Kiva, like they do what stairs tend to do in a dungeon, they kind of, because they're a steep enough set of stairs. The map is a bit deceptive. Like it's quite a ways down, and the stairs kind of slap back into a bit of a slide, and you start to slide down towards the water. I suppose, can I get a Yeah, can I get a dex check just to see how well you, or save, just to see how well you manage to keep your footing?
14?
Yeah, 14 will do it. You manage to stay on your feet as you kind of slide down. But as
And
you
then we
hit,
style in it as well.
yeah, as you hit the water, though, you do see a number of sigils start to light up in the room. The water is going to become electrified. You will take.
There's more sigils down here.
You're gonna need a Constitution save, or you'll take half of DC 15. If you save, you'll take half.
Is there any kind of like lights or anything for us to see that this is going to happen that we can like run after and try and pull her out?
No, it happens instantly. So as soon as she hits, like there's like blue lights light up in the water, and it starts to kind of.
What was the DC?
DC was 15.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my boons and hope for the best. Yeah! Get in.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm gonna
6
just.
damage.
Okay. So we're gonna. I'm not gonna bother with the turn order, but you're probably now about here in the room.
Yep.
If you every second, like roughly turn, so every 12 seconds, that's going to happen again.
Okay.
As you see, the sigils are starting to recharge. What are you doing now that you're in the middle of this pool of water?
I'm looking around to see what these two circles are and what and see if there's a
Similar,
door.
they're kind of like lanterns sticking up out of the water. Like
I'm gonna
they're
say, guys,
same kind of like stone.
there's sigils lighting up down here. There's a door. I'm gonna try and get to it.
Okay.
You should be in the water. Like,
I have no choice. What else are we gonna do? Just you stay there for a minute.
Goblin's corpse is about here.
Can I move to the door, or do you want me to wait?
Yeah, you can move to the door. Yeah.
Could we
Okay,
use,
whoops.
just saying to the other guys, could we use the goblin corpses as like a bodyboard?
Well, corpses are conductive, so the human body conducts electricity.
Do we know that?
Paddy would
Have
know.
we done? Have we done the science?
Paddy being a bit of a medic, like, and a druid, is like, he'd probably have a fair idea that if you electrify a corpse and touch it.
We forgot to mention we're all wearing rubber boots.
You're just not though, are you? And some of you have metal items on you. So
what's the story with this door
the
here?
door is locked. Now there is a keyhole on it.
There's a door here, guys. I'm going to have to try and open it.
Okay, at that stage, I'm going to say one turn has passed.
Okay.
The rest of you can act as well.
Okay. How?
Do you want me to take
how
6
far do
more
we-
damage?
Not yet. It's every 2 turns.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
How
sorry.
far can we get down here before there's
You
an issue?
can't walk down that. You have to slide.
Oh, it's a slide. Okay.
It's now a slide. Yeah, it's slid back. I'll need a dex check. If you try.
Okay.
Save.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go down.
Yeah, I'll need a dexterity save to see how fast, because you might end up sliding out into the further into the water.
Okay, let's.
No,
Ooh,
you're
it's
gonna
8.
yeah. So that's a
I'm gonna
fail.
Can I use a boon?
You can, but
Will
it'll
that
still
help?
fail.
Okay.
You need at least a 14. You need no, sorry, a 14 was like still a fail, but it wasn't a bad fail. That's why Kiva ended up in the middle. An 8 is kind of, you're gonna end up, I'd say, probably over this side of the room here.
Okay. Can I roll? Can I use my inspiration to roll again?
You can, yeah.
That should be better.
23
That's
is
a
a pass, yeah,
23.
15. You managed to stop right at the. You managed to kind of catch yourself and like just barely stop yourself from touching into water.
Cool. I'm going to run as fast as I can over here.
You were going to take.
Uh,
they haven't recharged yet, actually, but so yeah, you're fine for now.
And I'm going to attempt to lockpick the door.
I would say you can do that on the next round in that regard, just because of the save.
The idea is I'm using like I use my bonus action to like rush.
Okay, yeah, then fair enough.
Yeah, that's the reason why I did it, because the rogue. So I'm gonna try and the door just looks like to be a normal lock.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna use a T-tool check to try and.
Oh, actually, sorry. Do you want to make an investigation check or check for traps, because that will take an action.
was only what 6 damage. You were kind of saying didn't look that like it's gonna. Yeah,
Well,
fuck it. I'm gonna.
it'll be
Well-
it's 3d6. It was 12. Kiva took 6 damage because she saved.
Okay, shit. Okay.
But that'd be meta knowledge. You don't know exactly how much damage is.
I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm gonna investigate first.
Yep. Roll me an investigation check, please.
That's a 21.
The door is in fact locked and trapped.
Ah, shit. Okay, so I have
You
to
notice there is
save
a.
trap it.
You notice there's some sort of like, as you kind of peek through, there's like a spout coming through the. Like just below where the key would fit. That's
Okay.
a little spout. So you see either something's going to shoot out of that, or something, or gas, or something, or spray.
Okay. It's currently trapped. Give me a minute. I'm gonna try and sort this. Okay.
So yeah, I'll need 2
um,
sympathy skill checks if you want to disarm and unlock it.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Anyone else? Well, when you've done that there, just in fairness, any of the rest of you done anything up the top there, you can make 1 action's worth of movement before it'll kind of triple reset.
No, I'll just wait
You're just waiting.
for now.
Alara and Max, are you doing anything?
I don't think there's anything. I can
You do see the goblin corpse has started to like smolder a bit, just because as it's fried.
Lara's probably just screaming to get out of the water.
Yep, you're still the other 2 are still standing in the puddle. Okay, we're coming back. Just for fairness, Kiva, are you doing anything?
I can't help him with investigation.
Are you proficient in Thieves' Tools?
Don't think so.
No, then unfortunately you can't give the help
It's
action.
sleight of hand, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. Yeah,
I'm
Arthur,
just gonna
give me
shout
the
at him then.
First, Tools check just to see if you can disarm the trap.
Perfect.
DC
okay.
is 19. Okay,
Fuck, 17. Oh, is there any point using a boon?
You need it 2 or higher.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll use my boon. D4.
Cool. Yeah, you disarm the trap.
Thank
You do.
fuck.
Yeah, a slight spray kind of catches on your shirt, and you see it starts to sizzle, but nothing that'll do damage.
This is really nice soap. For fuck's sake. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
The shirt will be removed. Like you're
Yeah.
not getting the stain out.
Is
Now,
there?
that is
do I-
that is your turn. I will need both of you to make another Constitution saving throw as the trap is now reactivated.
Shit. Okay. Great. Lovely.
I'll roll the damage. DC, as I said before, was 15. They're both saving. Take half of that. So 11 down to 10 is 5. Yeah. So you take 5 points of lightning damage. Now, Arthur, you will need to roll to unlock the door.
Cool.
Might I add, like, just in case it hasn't dawned on you, with that slide, you're not going to be able to get back out of the water. If you don't.
I've copped that.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping there's a button or something on the other end. And the other option was let Kiva just die. So no.
Oh, Kiva could probably don't shit her way out, but you know.
Yeah, I can
That's
step
a
it in.
50.
Fuck you.
That's
it is a DC 19. Unfortunately, you don't break the lock, so you can try again, but it'll take another turn. So
You do have a
shit,
boon
okay.
again.
You do have
You'd
a
have
boon
to get
again.
a 4.
you need a 4.
So that's not...
There's no point. There's no
Yeah.
point.
Okay, you don't want to gamble. That's entirely on you. So, with that, is at the end of your turn. You guys are now seeing this. They've been shocked again. What are you doing up the top of the stairs? Is there anything you're trying to do?
I have unraveled 50 foot of rope
Yep.
that I have in my pack and slung it down to the bottom
you
of
can
this.
you can get
Kind
it
of
down
wrapped
to
it
here.
around my
Yeah.
around
If
my
so, if they
wrist
if they
to
need to get out,
brace.
that'll work.
Yeah, I'll
Mm.
do the same, but I'll be just like,
Mhm.
Max,
Max.
I might need your help, but I have another bit of rope in here. Yeah, Max, I'll tie it around my waist, then your waist, and then put the rest down. I'm like, okay, we have 2 ropes.
Yeah,
Guys,
with
we're ready.
that, they'd probably be able to get their way back out if needed. So this is your second set of turns, so you have 1 more action before it'll go off there. And there is Kiva, are you doing anything at all?
But before
I'm going to hold an action in case something happens when he opens the door, in case something comes through.
Okay, Arthur, roll your Thieves' Tools check, see if you can get it.
Yeah. Great. Lovely. I didn't really build Asher as an actual rogue.
Fortunately, sometimes you do need somebody who's able to unlock doors, and
Yeah.
this is a pretty devious trap that will continue to go off. Oh,
Okay.
a boon would make the difference. It will unlock the
Yeah,
door.
I'm gonna have to use the boon. Thank
Cool.
you, Rep. You've basically saved our lives.
That was Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Rep usually
done enough.
dooms you guys.
Yeah, you usually It feels like
So yeah, with
just
an
a step.
18, it's like your hands are starting to shake because of the two shocks, but like it's almost like you're about to move it wrong and your hand just jutters, and that actually clicks the pin up, even though it's involuntary. And then you just hear it as the tumbler slots in. You're able to turn the lock and the door open. The door starts to swing open slowly. What are you doing? You go straight through, or you open the door? You doing a check
I'm
to see
open.
if it's trapped on the other sides? What are you doing?
Just open the door.
Yep, you can get yourself into the next room.
Before I go through, I'm gonna make noises like I'm dying.
Yep.
Oh God! Thank you for letting me die, guys.
Yep. You managed to get into the room.
Is she okay?
I mean, it didn't sound all that serious.
So, actually, sorry, I have not unlocked the door. That is my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was me.
No. You
Well-
see a chest at the other side of the room.
Fuck off! Arthur, stay the fuck away from the chest.
And there are two torches that are lit on this wall here. They flare to life as you enter the room.
Okay.
Come
I'm
on, you
gonna-
wimps! Oops.
I'm gonna take my dagger and throw it at the chest.
Just wait until they get here.
Are you sure about that?
Don't do
Actually,
anything.
you not know you said it. Roll to hit.
I said it. Yeah. Well, I want to make sure that it's really a chest,
Which dagger are you throwing, by the way? Because you do have a special dagger.
Think
Wait.
not.
not the special dagger, just a normal dagger.
Yep.
Roll to hit. I might miss.
Let me check what the chest's AC is. Because it's definitely a chest, guys. Nothing else. I definitely haven't established these things are already in this dungeon.
Yeah, I know, and I'm being stupid, but like it's.
Arthur's a bit
Okay.
dumb. It's fine.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna. Well, just roll a dex check, or like is
Your
normally.
dagger. Just roll your dagger. Yeah.
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 14, I
it's-
might actually hit.
You hear it. You hear it. That's not wood. As I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative. Pop up the tracker. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's definitely, yeah, you've spotted the mimic. There, so
Yeah.
I'm going to get him up.
He was showing you the bitchiest evil eyes that you've ever seen.
I can't hear the music, so please let me know what the levels are like, guys. It got a nat 1.
Okay.
Which mountain?
Are we all rolling initiative?
Oh yeah, you hear that? You hear it?
I'm just gonna use a free action to go. I'm not dead. Come, I might be. So come on.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
It's not me. It's
Dad,
fucking
why are we
Arthur.
doing it?
No, I meant my initiative roll.
Oh.
Does it change now?
Twice I've rolled a nat 20 on initiative in the last 3 games, and I never roll a nat 20 in when I actually want to do some
Maybe
damage.
1
Yeah.
second. I have just a few more bits to do.
Oh, I've got something cool lined up.
Not enough that we can see.
That's scary music.
I like Witch Mountain. It's a fun combat track. Just sort of descending. Okay, buddy, you are up first. Now the slide is there. The sigils have not seemingly stopped yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna take me great club off my back.
Yep,
Immediately made of wood.
it is.
Not conductive. And I'm gonna set it on the top of the stairs like a surfboard.
Yep.
And my intention is to slide down the stairs and around to the left and in the door.
I'm going to need a very high dexterity check from you. That's a difficult thing to do. Because it's kind of a round cylindrical object. They're not really made for surfing.
Yeah, I was like log rolling maybe. Can I use athletics?
I will allow it, yeah.
Wait, what are we looking for?
Athletics, yeah.
What's the DC?
Let's say 20.
Okay, I have a boon. Let's see what happens. Oh, 13.
Yep. And you are going to take the 3d6 if you don't make a con save, DC 15.
9. I think I will use my inspiration to reroll that one.
Yep. I am sorry, guys. This part of the dungeon is pretty nasty. So
11, and I'm going to use my DC 15.
Yep.
Use my boon. I might get it.
Oh,
Yes.
you get it, but you'll still take half. So you're going to take 5 points of lightning damage.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
As you just you mostly make it, to be honest. Your foot just slips in just at the last second.
Fair enough.
You just feel that
wailing
jolt
down
through
here
leg,
around
right?
the corner.
And I would say you managed to get to about here with your thing, and you can make your way into the room.
Lovely. Lovely
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just your foot slipped off at the last second. Your leg, you just got that really bad dead leg.
Cool. That'll do. And I would imagine that's my entire movement.
No, you still have your movement. Because of the athletics check, I'm going to say you still can make your movement. It's just your action is taken.
Oh, okay. 10, 15.
Because you took the action to try surf down.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll move to there. And just bear with me now until I have a quick little look.
As you get into the room, you do see a tongue start to loll out of the chest as teeth start to go. And it's now just starting to open up.
Okay. This bloody
Hey,
thing
I don't know if
again.
you have the little mimic in the background there if you want to show people what a mimic looks like.
Word bonus action. No, that's it. That's all I can do for the time being.
Yep, Max, you're up.
Okay. What I would like to do
Yep.
is I'd like to get mildly annoyed at the whole electric thing
You sure can.
and kick in a rage,
You sure can.
which will give me a thing to roll, which
Roll your
gives
D4.
me an extra thing because I'm a special thing, but I can't remember what my things are ever. So that's a 3, which turns on. Oh, cool. Yes, by an attack with 10 feet. Okay, that gives me a oh, I don't know if that's good or not really. A water effect. Now, water and electric isn't great.
I am going to be a horrible DM here because logically that would give you a disadvantage on the saving throw because you are now soaked.
Yes.
I was told by a friend I've been going too easy on you, so he's watched all our sessions. So I've made a mental note to be a little bit nastier with environmental stuff.
You don't have to give in to peer pressure.
You
He's
really
a pretty
don't.
good GM himself, so I
Don't.
trust his word.
Don't do drugs. Don't give in to peer pressure. Because of that role, I'm not going to quite do what I was going to do, but I am still going to partially do what I was going to do.
You are raging, so like
I am.
Look, I'm not going to be a dick. I'm not going to be a dick. I'm not going to be like, would you have the thought process now?
No. You can. I'm
I'll
happy
let
for
you
you to.
Rep, you've inspired me. I saw how much of a challenge you gave these guys while I was away.
Yeah.
You murdered
killed
some of them.
I'm going to say he didn't challenge
Everyone.
us, he killed us.
I would like now with this whole rope situation we've got going on. Not as
I
kinky
will
as it
say,
sounds.
the goblin corpse is still sticking out. Like it's conductive, but it's not as conductive as water.
Yeah.
You know, just give you a little hint.
How were we, myself and Ilara tied up?
Alara's actually tied to you, as she did specify
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
if you move, you're dragging her with you,
Whee!
which means I
Could
will.
I?
Yeah.
Could I?
Yeah.
Being raging now, being fucking electricity. Could I sort of hoik Ilara up
Yeah, you can.
and then waddle my way into the?
You certainly can, mate. Yeah,
Going
you're
on
gonna
in the
slide.
future.
Which,
Actually, first of all, are
clothing.
you allowing him to pick you up?
Yeah, she
Okay.
didn't get in the water.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're gonna need to make a dex check save as you try to go down the slide.
okay. I'll save. It's fine.
As soon as you go down there, Alara, you're dragged with them. I need
Oh,
both of you to
dex
make a
check.
cons.
No
I'll need-
save.
Yeah.
There we go. Come on. Oh, 20.
You
That's got to
save,
be
so
good.
you only land at the foot of the stairs. But
Okay.
as you did say, you're going to waddle through the water. I'm going to need both you to make a con save at disadvantage because you're soaked. And
Yes.
Lara, because you are being held by somebody who's in an electric field, you're going to take a residual electric shock, so you're going to take half the damage he takes.
Oh,
It'll be
no.
fine. It'll be fine.
You save, so you
22.
take half of this. So, nearly max damage. So you take half of 17, which, if 17 down to 16, which is 8. So, Alara, you'll take 4.
Oh my god, Max, are you okay?
I'm all right.
Max,
I'm all right. Let's
you're,
keep going.
You're going to need to fucking leg it.
Run!
Let's keep going. I will leg it. What's my movement? 30 feet. But yeah, no, it's all right. Something else.
Yeah, you don't
So I
get out.
get to-
You don't get out.
I can get to there.
Yep.
Are you classing me hoiking Ilara up as my action? Because I'm happy
am.
for you to do so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now you can set Alara down as a free action inside the door if you want.
Dobby, calm it down. Seriously, dude.
no, because in outside of game, she's probably safer not being directly in the electrified water at the moment.
But she wouldn't be in the
Yes.
electrified water in here because it's not.
Oh, if I put it down in front.
Yeah,
I
there's
suppose.
like a step up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of.
I go over here.
Yep. Right, we'll get to what you do next, Alara, your turn. But first up, before Kiva, the torches on the walls kind of just go bing, and pull their way out of the like kind of holders, and you see this little fucker is the only way to describe him. Pop off the wall. And I do a shift Z.
He's not singing Be Our Guest, is he? Jesus.
No, he's not singing Be Our Guest. He's about to chuck a flaming orb at one of you. Let's see what he can do. Actually, no, he's not within range. Well, he does hover though. So, no, he's gonna chuck it. And so, yep, he's gonna chuck a fire blast at yourself, Arthur, as you're the closest. An 8 doesn't hit
Right.
though.
Great.
So it's gonna hover and it's gonna go around here. And kind of head you off just let you get into the big mimic. Now, alongside him, he has a friend. And the friend is gonna go too. And the friend is gonna pop off the wall, similar kind of thing as metal snapping as it rips its band off. And it's gonna do the same thing. It is gonna chuck a little bolt of fire at yourself. That's a nat 1. Can I get a D100 off you, please?
Sure.
Oh, I don't have my thing open. I'll open that.
That is a 9.
Oof, that's not gonna be awful. Give me 1 second here, guys. I have closed my thing by accident. There's 2 monitors set up. I was moving things and I shut them. You know, honestly, these guys are such little low-quality minions. I'm just gonna say that he stuns himself for the next round, just because I can't. I want to keep moving, and I will pull that up while we are. Kiva, it is your turn.
I am going to see this guy in front and decide I'm going to try and hit him. So I'm going to go up to him.
If you guys are complaining about not having enough channel points, I mean, there's one way you can fix that. Just watch more streams, guys.
He's got 70,000. I think he's alright.
That's rep.
Oh, rep, I didn't see it.
Yeah, watch more streams,
21
rep. Jeez. 21 hits.
for 8 plus 3 poison.
He's immune to the poison, but you'll take the 8 points of damage.
Cool, and then I will do an unarmed strike.
Whoa, I didn't say that, rep. I didn't say that, rep. Yeah, unarmed strike.
16
Hits.
for 8 again.
Your hand is now stuck to the mimic, but yep.
The mimic.
As you pull your hand back, it kind of pulls with you. It's a torch mimic.
Oh, I didn't know these were mimics too.
Yep.
Damn it, I wouldn't got that close. Cool about it.
And it kind of starts to cackle as your hand sticks to the, I don't want to say shaft, but I don't know what other words to use. Hilt of the torch? I don't know. Yeah, so it's stuck. Is that it for your turn? have key points?
I have, but I'm not going to use them yet.
Okay, Alara, you're up. You see these little pesky little fuckers, and one of them is now stuck to Kiva's hand.
Yes, she's ripped my plan. I was going to use my Ray Frost. Where's the other one?
It is here in the corner.
Oh, I can't see that one. That's why.
Icky is right.
will.
Okay, it feels gross.
I'll move to here to get a better view. So the one that's in the corner then, because I don't want to hurt Kiva. I'm gonna
Yep.
do Ray of Frost.
Rolled out.
There we go.
No, give me a
Oh my
D100,
God.
please. What'd you get?
49.
The placement of your spell startles allies near your target, causing them to drop your guard. Your target is able to use their reaction to take an attack of opportunity on one of your target allies in melee range. Doesn't do anything because your target is not within melee range of anybody. You got lucky because if that was the one that was hitting Kiva, but it's gonna bite her.
Exactly. That's what. See, there's logic behind this. She's freaked out by what happened before, so that's why her magic's not working. She's like, ah.
Is this the end of your turn there? You're not gonna do anything with the bonus action? No spell, no like magic points or anything like that for your sorceries?
Not yet.
Nope. Arthur, you're up.
Okay.
You have the worst dead leg ever from the electricity, and now these two guys have jumped you. I should put this guy on the token layer. That was my bad.
Yeah, there's one more, isn't there?
Yeah, big guy.
Gonna go. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. Yeah, so I'm gonna move over to here,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna stab this one.
Yeah, you get your rakish sneak attack, I think. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That's what it's called in Baldur's Gate, so that's what I assume it's called.
Okay.
It's your moon touch rapier you're using, is it?
Yeah,
Yep. Hits.
it's perfect.
Okay, it's a big hit. It takes all 13 points of that. Still up though.
Still up. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of take it. You cut off like the bottom that's halved. I'll use instead of shaft, and like a chunk there, but it's still alive. Looks like all its internals, important ones are up higher.
I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and just go slightly back.
Yep, that's fine. Next up is the actual chest mimic. The chest mimic is going to do a thing.
Yay, I love when things do things.
15 feet. You can only move 15 feet. These things are slow. Yeah, it's going to dash. Actually, Arthur, you threw the knife at it, so it's going to dash at you. That's its turn, though.
Cool. Okay.
Buddy, you're up.
Okay. What I am going to do is, this one is stuck to Solara. I'm going to. Oh, sorry. I'm going to move to here,
Yep.
and I'm going to take out the bear trap and chain that I picked up some while ago.
Yes.
I want to throw it at the big mimic. It'll stick anyways.
You
Surely.
can roll dexterity or strength, whichever you prefer.
Athletics.
I'll allow. Are you proficient with bear traps and being chuckled?
As a woman, I'd be proficient
You'd
with
be
only
proficient
doing
in
them.
disabling them. Yeah.
I'd
I'm
be
just gonna say
very
it
familiar
straight.
with them, I could argue, but
Yeah, but you're throwing.
Right. Okay. We'll give it.
I would say you don't have the tavern brawler feat, do you?
No.
No, I would say just give me the strength check.
Just click on strength. Okay. Fuck's sake. 3.
Because it's funny, I'm gonna say it lands on the mimic, but it lands trap side up.
Right.
So like the mimic now just has a bear trap on its head that if you hit it might set off.
Okay. But it is stuck to it.
Yes, but you've made the mimic more dangerous.
Okay, but I have it. It is on a chain.
Yes.
So.
But the bitey downy part isn't. It's adhesed to the mimic. The bitey part is like pointing outwards.
That's okay. What I will do is I will make it obvious to Max that I have it stuck here, and I'll kind of like just not as an action actually pull it, but make the actions of trying to pull the chain in and pull them in this direction.
That's perfectly cool. Is that your it? You gonna bonus action or anything?
No.
No. Okay, Max, you're up. You did see what Buddy was doing.
Okay, so Buddy's got hold of this thing that's stuck to Kiva.
Yes.
I am going to move 20 odd feet to sort of here somewhere. And I would like to do...
Yep.
Yeah. Bait and switch with Kiva.
You can't, her hand is stuck to it. You couldn't bait and switch this thing.
I could.
It's adhesed to her hands. So.
I would grab it and bait and switch.
Okay, but it's still now both of you are stuck to it.
But I'm intending on pulling it off of her.
You're gonna need to make a strength check for that.
I can make a strength check. I can do a strength check.
Yeah.
I'm strong. Come on. 14.
I don't know how strong the adhesive is, so I'm just gonna roll a d20. It's +5 to whatever this is. 19.
Okay.
You know, fucking not +5. Yeah, you pull it off, but Kiva, you're gonna take 1 point of damage as the hand and your skin rips.
But now it's attached to me, so it's alright.
It is. Yeah, but Kiva, it's like that, you know, when you stick your hand in, like, say, a really cold pole, it's like the skin sticks, and you're just like when you lick a pole, but with your hand.
Because that, bait and switch worked. Technically.
Okay, I don't know if you're going to describe that. I don't know if you reacted or not because I didn't hear anything. But yeah, you'll take 5 points damage.
No, 5 points. That's not damage. Kiva has +5 to her AC.
Oh, cool.
Until the start of my next turn.
It's useful.
Can I go over 20?
Yes.
Can I go over 20? I think that's my...
AC doesn't actually have a cap.
Alright, kill Bill.
I can actually do a attack as well, can't I?
Hey, welcome in, Stegfo.
I'm going to attack this thing with an unarmed strike with my other hand.
Thanks for the boon, Shane. Yep. Go for it. It's
24. Oh, yeah, okay. 5.
Yep, and
that was
take
5
full
damage.
but both your hands are now stuck to it. You're kind of like, so say this bottle of multivitamins, is it? Your hands are kind of like that. You're kind of like that.
Spit out. That's my turn.
Cool. Well, it's gonna go. It's gonna fire blast you in the face. Does an 11 hit?
No, it does not.
No. Okay. And it also, you know, it'll regenerate 2 points of hit points because they can do that. So that's its turn. Oh, and the other one's gonna go over here. That one. Kiva. Sorry, not Kiva, Alara. 13 to hit.
15 hits.
You're gonna take 8
Ooh.
points of fire damage as it just kind of sets your robe on fire. Kind of reaches into its head and pulls out a chunk of its flame and goes.
Hey, these are nice dress robes.
And that is their turn. Kiva, you're up.
So what I will do is
Your hand really hurts. It was only 1 point, but it really fucking hurt.
I'm gonna look at Max and kind of go, thanks. And I will. Could I fire an arrow at the mimic, or do I need to, like the main mimic, or do I need to move? Could I get through the two?
You have an enemy within 5 feet of you, so I believe that's at disadvantage. Let me just check.
Okay. But if I move this way, I won't have an.
You'll
Can't talk.
activate an opportunity either way.
Will I? Okay.
Yeah, range shuttle closes, Rep says.
No, I was going to go for the chest one.
I think if you still have an enemy within 5 feet, it imposes disadvantage, or is that only if you're shooting the enemy within 5 feet? I don't play ranged people that aren't spells very often, but
I
the
have
Warcaster.
no idea.
Rep, do you know? Is that you know
Can I
what?
fire,
I'll just
like,
say
between them.
any within
yeah.
5 feet. Yeah. I wasn't 100% because I haven't had that come up in a while because I have feats usually that allow me to ignore it. So yeah, you can still do it. You just have disadvantage on the roll. But mimics don't have huge AC. Like you saw how easy it was to hit the other one. It's just
Okay.
you have
Well,
to
I'll
hit
try
it
and do. I'll try and do it anyway because we don't want to get
Like-
stuck. Sure.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Okay.
Okay.
My loading wheels. Give me a second.
Oh, they updated the context menu. That's nice. Their AC is 12, so it's not hard to hit.
Yeah, but my roll 20 is having a turn. So bear
Same.
with.
Yeah, it's been a bit
Oh,
slow
yeah.
for me tonight.
It's doing a loading wheel. Hmm.
Apparently, unless you're using a net. If you're using a net, you don't have disadvantage. That's. I've never seen somebody throw a net
And I
in any of
haven't.
the games. Live. I think so.
Will I try and? I'm gonna try and refresh. See what happens.
Yep, no worries. Do you want me to roll it for you?
Just let me see.
I
Is
can
it
roll
okay
it
for
for you.
everybody
okay?
else?
I've got a loading thing, but I can still
And it's
move.
dodgy for me too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll. Yeah, 2d20s. 12 or 3.
12 plus every plus 4 plus 8, it'll be a 20 to hit, and so it's 1d6 plus 4 is your damage roll.
No, but I'm at disadvantage, so it's 3.
Oh, 3. Okay, unfortunately, 3 plus 8 is 11 misses. You're right. Thank you for that. You do have a bonus action unarmed strike you can use.
Yeah, I don't really want to touch the other thing.
It's fully up to you.
No,
You
I
hit
think
max
I'll
for
keep it.
ripping your skin.
Yeah,
Shit. Such it.
you just pushed me off it.
Lick it.
No, yeah, I'll just,
Fucking lick.
I'm-
Fucking
I'll just
lick
stay
it.
here.
I miss those emojis. Alara, you're up then.
Okay, so she's annoyed at the thing, so she's gonna throw the chromatic orb and choose fire. Hopefully it hits.
I'm going to be nice here. It is literally
Oh.
partially made of fire.
I know, but I'm
If you
thinking
want to change that.
fire with fire.
If you're thinking fight fire with fire, that's fine.
That's what she was thinking, because I was gonna do something else, but then I was like, no, Alara would do this.
Okay, well, if that's what you want to do, that's roll damage then for fire damage.
It hits. Does a 12 hit? her?
Hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I'll do a level 2.
So,
7.
You see the flame on top of this thing's head grow
Oh, bollocks.
as it is now back up to full health.
Well, that didn't work, guys.
Sorry, I have tweaked
No,
these
no,
slightly.
no.
They're not the.
100%. No. That's perfect. No, you tried
I figured
to
the fact that
my
I
own
did.
thing.
Yeah, I did try, but you doubled down,
You
and
did.
I respect that.
I did.
So, if you didn't already have inspiration, I actually give you inspo for doubling down and doing what your character would do. But yeah, so as you can see, these
No,
guys
that's
are
okay.
living flames. So Yeah.
Well, she was
Arthur,
going
you're-
for the no. She was going for the mimic, like the.
Oh, the real mimic. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you meant these guys.
No. She was going for the.
Okay, that is my bad. The mimic. Yeah, will hit,
Sorry,
and then
yeah.
it'll take the full damage.
Yay!
Sorry. That's it. Yeah, he takes the damage. 17 points. Solid hit. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, she's gonna stay in that little corner away from things.
Cool. Arthur, you're up.
Cool. What I'm going to do is disengage so I don't get an attack of opportunity on this boyo. Move over to here and stab this guy.
Well done.
Sorry, things are being slow.
No worries. It seems to be doing that for everyone tonight, so don't sweat it. Well, you stepped into range of a flaming creature, so maybe sweat a little bit, but, you know.
That's
Misses,
10.
unfortunately. He just kind of sails
Will-
away.
Will a boon help?
It potentially could.
Fuck it, why not? 13.
That helps. Yeah, it hits.
Lovely.
How'd you kill it?
I think I just like chop off the the flame bit and then
Razor bit,
just
yeah.
razor bit and just do basically like a V.
Oh, okay, Zorro, okay.
Zorro, yeah.
Mask off, not Roronoa. For those One Piece fans out there. So, yeah, you murder this thing. And is that it for your turn? Movement?
I'm going to move. Okay, 5 feet. Up again. Not the wrong. What I want to do.
Dave, if you're in chat, I'm just saying these are a great idea if you're really sick of scales picking up torches.
Sorry, just fucking get the measuring tool. Yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna move to here so I have advantage on next time.
Yep.
Move to here.
Cool. Next was the Mimic.
Which is now a lot closer to me.
5, 10.
Yep.
And it is going to make multi-attack. First up, Pseudopod. I don't believe in 11 hits.
11 does not hit.
What's your AC?
That's actually a good question. Sorry. My AC is 15.
He's down. I'm on 4. No. Okay, that misses, and that's going to do a bite. 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay, 7 piercing and 8 damage, and you are now adhesive, so you're now considered grappled. So you're going to take 15 points of damage altogether. Now, because of that as well, Grappler, the Mimic now has advantage on attacks against you, unless you for your stealth. That's a DC 13 ability check, so acrobatics
Okay.
or athletics.
Cool. Great.
So
Do I
that is-
know how Hellish Rebuke, will it be obvious?
It'll burst into flames from your hand, probably. But you've never cast it, really, have
I've
you?
never
So,
cast it.
yeah, these aren't your powers naturally gained, so I would say you don't really know what it will do.
Can I roll a luck check to see if I do it accidentally?
I am more than happy for you to do that.
Yeah.
As you hear in the back of your head, I can help you with that.
Will we say above 10 I do it, below 10 I don't?
I usually do odds or evens, so
Okay, yeah. We'll say odds I do it, evens I don't.
yeah. Roll your
What did I
health
say
rebuke.
again?
Odds you
Yeah,
do it, even
fuck.
you don't.
Yeah. God, I better come up with a good lie in the next
Oh, you really
few
better.
bits. Great, lovely.
Yep.
That wasn't even that much good damage.
You do 6 points of fire damage to it as your hands kind of, as it kind of bites down on your arm, your hand flares up with like black marks, similar to like the deep darkened blackened nails, and it just like a flame just bursts out of your palm, almost like you don't feel the heat at all. It's almost natural to you as it scorches this thing for 6 points of damage. Doesn't let you go though.
Doesn't let it go. Okay.
No. It just shakes its head. The rest of you do see a flame burst inside its mouth.
Heartburn for a mimic.
Heartburn, yeah.
Yep.
That's my go.
Okay.
Lovely.
So, Buddy, you're up.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought I was on the turnover.
Grand. Before I do what I want to do, is the chain and the actual bear trap piece, would you say they're the same piece of metal?
No, they're separate pieces. If you cast heat metal on it, it'd spread, yeah.
Okay, I will.
But you could just cast heat metal on the bear trap piece as well, if you wanted.
Yes, please. So I will do that, and a little bit of tinder from his pocket. He'll just kind of take it like that, blow it, and the sparks kind of waft across the open ground, land on it, and start to heat it up.
Con save.
Con save to drop it, but can it drop it if it's stuck to it?
No, it can't probably.
That would be.
That was what was that what you were? I thought you were aiming at trying to bear trap it and pull it.
I
away
was
from people.
initially.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pivoted quite well.
So
I'll give the con save affects damage at all, does it?
no.
No, it just takes 12 damage. Okay, yeah, solid.
So 12 fire damage, and
I will say it also had metal naturally on it. You didn't necessarily need to target that. But is it really metal? You don't know.
that's what I was kind of just assumed it wasn't real metal actually.
Yeah.
But that's for another day. So I will do that, and then I will just step behind Max.
Go for it. Yeah, Max, you're up next. This thing is leering in your face. It's just like making funny faces at you.
I'm trying to remember what
Actually,
game it was.
you currently have water coming off you, don't you?
I do.
Give me a sec.
I'm just trying to remember what game it was that I've been in this situation before.
I know Kingdom Hearts has candle.
No, I mean
Heartless.
which game, whether it was this one, Strahd, or
Probably Strahd. I think I used Mimics on
I
you.
think it was, yeah. And I managed to. I
Or
grabbed
the
the
one shot around where
torch.
everything's a Mimic, including the goblins. So,
Sorry.
It is,
Oh,
but Dave
no.
just gave healing to the fucking mimic.
which one?
I'm assuming the big guy.
The big guy. Yeah, honestly, the Mimic has just been chilling. DC 11 con save. Okay. This thing's gonna make it. That torch goes out because you're soaked in water, and it's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, you just see the flames extinguished and just goes. And then this thing is gonna get 4 hit points back. Thanks, Dave. That's what I was saying to you, Dave. If you really want to fuck with scales, torch mimics. Ah, one. Thank you for your support, Dave, but it didn't help.
Is it shaft still sticky?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm still stuck
If
to
anything,
it.
slightly more so now that you got it wet. Nah. That's bad.
Moving on.
My rage is growing. I know
You can use the torch as a bludgeoning weapon if you want.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going
stuck
to.
it. Unless you need-
I'm panicking. This thing's just gone out. I'm stuck to it still. I'm wet. I'm not happy. I'm gonna hit it with the torch stick.
Hit it with its child, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a use your melee weapon roll, and then just the damage will be a d6 plus strength.
23.
Hits.
D6 plus. I can roll that one. There we go. I'll roll that. Forget it says javelin, but it's fine. 10 damage.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. Yeah, you bunch this thing on the head. Yeah. The torch. Yeah, it just kind of wobbles a bit in your hand.
Does it? I don't want to ask. Does it stick?
Those.
Do I stick? So
Because
now,
you're stuck to the torch. Yes, you do.
so now I've got holding the torch, punching the torch, and slamming it into a mimic.
Yeah, you're not stuck to the mimic, but you're stuck to the mimic that's stuck to the mimic. If you get me.
Fuck it again.
This is why
Touching the
you don't touch
thing.
mimics. Next up, Kiva.
Take out my short bow and try and hit the mimic. 21
Hits.
for 9 points of damage.
It hits for 9 points, and yeah,
And that's it really. I'm just gonna stay
just
where I am.
about still standing.
I am not going near the fucking thing, so I'm staying where I am.
Yeah, Alara, you're up.
Yeah, after seeing this whole thing, she's just gonna attack again.
Max is stuck to the mimic. Arthur's stuck to the mimic. Buddy's trap is stuck to the mimic.
Dear God, guys, like, let's see if we can kill
That's
this
the plan,
guy.
Rep. That's the plan, but this thing is very slow. You miss.
Shit. A 9. Yeah, because I'm too worried about hitting everybody else. Would a boon help?
Yeah.
No. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, let's try a boon.
Well, if you get a 3,
Stranger things have happened.
it's a good song by Foo Fighters. Underratable.
Oh, what was that? What did I do?
That was heat metal.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Apologies.
Oh! I was like,
Right,
what did I hit?
Hits.
4! Yes!
4 score and 20 points of damage ago.
We're only doing level 1 because I'm just really worried that I'm going to hit the others.
Roll damage.
Ooh, 18.
So, Kate, can you get that kill counter up again? What type of damage did you do here?
Not a living soul.
She's got the.
Yes, it is. A mimic is a living soul.
She's got
Mimics
bloodlust.
don't have soul.
They do. They in
She's
fact
trying to
do.
kill the group.
So what type of Commander Gore was it? Was it fire again or?
No. I think this time she would kind of go with more like cold.
Cold, yeah. So
Yeah.
that the mimic had just opened its mouth. It's about to try bite down on both Arthur and Max, and just as it opens, just this ball orb of ice just goes oh, and then it just stops for a second and just freezes from the inside out, and then just shatters.
Nice.
You do see inside is some weird twisted insectoid creature as it shatters out the chest with lumps of flesh coming off it. It's not really an insect, but it looks kind of like a weird, freaky little bug dude. So you
Oops.
murdered another creature.
What? The other one was. a
It's more
goblin.
animal. It's more animal than human. So
It's a mimic. It's not really a person. Oh.
well, you've also assisted in the murder of its children. So
It was
You
just
know.
2 kills.
2 assists, 2 kills. So with that, I'm going to drop us out of the turn order.
Yeah. Just if there's anyone new watching, Lara's trying to avoid killing people. I'm not sure
People,
why. but-
exactly. Mimic
Or
is not
things.
people.
Are you sure?
Living things.
It doesn't have a soul.
You don't know that.
No, you
Yeah.
don't.
Just because elves have weird souls. That's canon. It's true. They do.
What's this wriggly
Their
line
souls-
on the floor?
I'd
What
be
were
like,
you doing?
guys, are you okay? Like,
Just
can you, Mags? Can you?
That's
unstick?
a crack in the ground.
Okay.
But he's just
Shut up.
furiously rolling up the chain around his fist and elbow and slings it across. Hopefully the bear trap didn't shatter as well, did it, Carrick?
It was just super heated and then super cold.
a
it's,
big
uh,
sigh, and he'll stow away the chain and
Tis
keep that.
broken.
Can I investigate this crack in the floor? Because I don't see
Yes,
any
you
way out
can.
of this
Yeah,
fucking place.
yeah, you can investigate the crack. Crack
I know.
investigator. Crazy.
Fuck me, it's only an 8. Jesus Christ.
How do you investigate this crack?
I go, oh, look, there's a crack.
Just
'Cause,
stick your finger in it.
guys, I don't see a way out of this place. Other than back through that water.
Don't be so negative. Come on.
Negative, like the charge in the
Yeah.
electricity on the ground.
Is the, well,
Um,
this place isn't full of water though, sure it's not?
No.
It's
So-
like a slight step up.
Dusty, like everywhere else.
Less so, but yeah.
So mural on the floor.
No.
No.
On the walls?
Is there anything?
I'll need an investigation check if you're searching the room properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a.
This music sounds really familiar.
12.
I used it in Strahd quite a lot.
Fair.
12, yeah, you find a lever.
Pull the lever. Crunk.
Yep, the lightning stops.
Woo. Okay.
The smell of ozone from outside kind of subsides.
So maybe now
yeah.
we investigate the other room.
I'm not going back. in
Move.
It's okay, he's turned off the electricity.
Oh.
Will I turn
I'm-
on?
I'm
He's
gonna-
gone in
yeah.
there.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out. Is it-
Damn.
Can I inspect
I-
the frozen
I
contents?
saved
of
your
the...
life, okay? So
You
let's
can't
let's be
inspect.
nicer.
I
You
saved
can-
your life. I
actually,
killed that mimic.
just a party ass question there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can in fact inspect the remains of the mimic. Roll an inspection check.
Oh,
Investigation, not inspection.
investigation is not my strong point, but let's see. I have solid 5.
You find a mimic's tooth.
I'll pocket it.
Yep.
Yep. And I'll just.
The ice is like too cloudy and bloody to really see what else is frozen inside it. So
That's fair. Well,
I'm going to pull myself free of the chest mimic.
Yep.
And try to wash off the torch mimic in the
Yep.
stinky water.
you can do so. Eventually comes off.
I did
It
a thing
is
somehow.
Now that
Wow.
lads, now that like that torch has been pulled and we have the distraction of the bluish light coming from here, you notice a faint purple glow coming from the crack.
no.
Ooh,
Whoa!
guys.
Very, very
Purple
faint.
crack.
Guess I don't.
Purple crack.
Prince is in here.
Purple crack, purple crack.
Can I investigate again?
Now that it's
glowing?
changed, yeah.
22. And I got purple dice.
And as you lean in, you start to hear whispers coming from the crack.
Oh no.
Okay.
You don't
all of
seem
you guys.
to be affected. No, Arthur, you don't hear this.
Ah, shite. Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Alara, you'll hear this.
Guys, go away from this crack.
Alara, I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Fuck.
Gonna give Arthur the.
Great.
Fail. That is a fail. I'll keep that noted.
Oh,
We need to get out of here now, guys. Come on.
That's just faintly a single word sticks in your mind, but you just can't quite recall what it was. Just that like itch that you're like, I forgot something lingers.
Come on, let's go quickly.
Let's go. Let's go.
Where are we going?
Out of here, come on, Alar.
What?
This is the thing that is not the thing that we can't talk about. Okay, let's go.
You don't know that.
I am going to. I'm going to try and listen.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Curiosity is his like biggest fatal flaw.
You give me 2 seconds, it's just in my notes on my phone.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
I'm gonna watch from across the room in the hopes that it's not the bad thing.
It is, but Arthur should be fine. Or else he got a really bad deal for his soul.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find it in here. I have a Discord server that I use. I put notes into sometimes, and I don't have Discord open on the PC anymore.
Oh, good.
Keep Discord open. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's how you get kicked out of the Emerald Collective.
Oh, crack in the
just turn your
floor.
camera
What is
upside
your-
down.
I'm on my third warning or my second warning. 3 and I'm out.
42.
Okay, so you hear. You cannot unthink what you now know. It spoke first in silence, then in your voice, then in everyone's. Its name grows roots in the mind. Water it with thought. Speak it, and it listens. Listen, and it learns you. I will copy and paste that into the Discord.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to look at the crack, and I'm going to think. I'm gonna leave it off. I'm gonna leave it off because I can't think of any smart lines, to be honest.
There you go. If you guys are okay, because we're going to be ending at 10, are you okay to power through without the break?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that regards, you've cleared this room. The electricity has subsided,
Big back out
and
to
this
the
stair
other
has
one.
replaced itself. The water has started to drain in this room.
Lovely. Is there any sign of life inside here, Carrick? Like, I mean, plant life, moss, fungus, any of that sort of stuff?
No, not really.
No.
If you're looking around, can I get an investigation check anyways, because you might find something else? Hint, hint.
Have a look
Oh,
around too.
unlikely. My investigation is quite poor. A 1.
I got
But not
four.
a nat
you,
1.
No, you find nothing. I'm gonna give this away because you kind of have to. Kiva, as you're walking through, at the base of one of these lanterns, you find a small stone disc with a dwarven rune carved into it.
Go look. I'm gonna show
Lara,
it to
you
Buddy. 'cause
also
he
get
took
distracted by the corpse of a goblin. It reminds you of the one you killed.
Error and fear.
I'm gonna show Buddy the rune because he took a note of the sigil in the other place.
Does it say DVD on it?
It says open.
Guys, look,
Vase
let's go quick.
open. And what is it? A vase.
No, it's a stone, a circular stone.
About the same
Thinking
size.
to get us into the other place.
It looks like it might fit, maybe.
Okay, hold on though. I'm a bit sore. I don't know about you guys.
What I would like to do, while they're looking at presumably dwarf porn on disc or something, I don't know, the rope that I had out will still be here somewhere on the floor.
The door
Will be
has
wet.
reset itself. The stairs has reset itself.
So they're now stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't do anything then. I'm going to pick
As
the
the
rope
stairs
up.
reset themselves, like with the bottom one raised slightly and revealed like a drain, which the water has started to drain out.
Okay. I'm going to pick up my rope and squeeze it out of any water that's collected and wrap it back up.
What if we go back to the room we rested in earlier and do another short rest? Is there only so many short rests you can do?
I'm usually okay with them as long as you're not really taking the piss.
Just
Well,
like a
so-
roll of some hit die, and then
Yeah, it's up to you. We'll say you are aware that something was whispering down here.
that's
Yeah,
what I
that's
want to
not-
get us away from there.
That's one
they're-
stone. There's
they're
5
okay.
holes though, isn't there?
But on the other
Um,
door, there's just one.
Oh well, let's give it a yeah. Sounds good to me.
I'm going to give you back your health potion that you gave me. Because it turns out
Okay.
I had 2.
Oh,
Oh.
we're just collecting them.
Yeah. And I'm going to drink one. It's like,
Yeah,
don't-
your actions are just to heal 10 points.
Yeah, and I'll drink one
I didn't
too.
know I had it. I'm sorry. I'm not very.
That's
Yeah.
okay. I know what
Inventory
your
management.
types are like.
Mm.
Where did the water drain to or from? Like, where was it draining out of in this room?
It drained
Stairs.
out under the stairs, yeah. So the bottom stair raised slightly and revealed like a sewer drain, storm drain kind of thing.
Oh,
It's still flowing out. It's just it drained enough that you saw the stone, and now
Yeah.
it's still continuing. It's going to take a few minutes.
big
But
enough.
are you investigating that area?
I'm so bad at investigating. I'm not even going to. I'm just going to be like, maybe there's something in, maybe there's something here that that might be of use.
I'll
Are
help.
you looking at the drain?
Yes.
You will notice the same faint purple glow.
I didn't see the other purple glow, so I'm like, oh, that's a bit strange.
Yeah, it's noticeable. Well, now that you've noticed it, are you doing anything about it?
Yeah, I'll point it out. But like, I don't
No.
think there's any fungus that glows purple that I've.
Don't. I'm gonna close his ears.
Yeah.
I will
Don't
just,
listen to
Max has stood right in front of it. I will say this is loud enough that you will hear it. The cracks in stone are not weakness, they are mouths. They speak in secrets, and secrets are doors. You opened one, and now it opens you. Can I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
Maybe. 9.
You fail. I'll take note of that for later.
Guys, come on, you have to get away.
Okay.
Did you say something?
Arthur.
What are you talking about cracks? And
Ignore the
doors
purple
opening.
light.
Arthur, in the back of your mind, you hear, "Get out of here, and fast."
Okay, folks, we need to go. We need to go quickly. Come on, let's go.
Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm literally using my fucking
Your
bouncer
voice.
voice.
Yeah. But he's a bit perplexed. He looked at Max for about 2 seconds, and then just with his experience in the Great War, sometimes it's better just to, when somebody says get out of there, it's better to get out of there than not. So he
You linger by the steps after Arthur moves.
only for 2 seconds to look at Max.
I'll say, yeah, okay, I'll let you away with that.
Okay.
I'll be nice.
Are we leaving Arthur, or are we going back to the other door?
I'd suggest we go back to the other door. I'm going to suggest we go back to the other door and see if that disc works.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Okay.
Lara,
Yeah.
as you are the last one to leave the room, out of the corner of your eye, in the shadows of the room, you see like a dark figure start to move towards you, but as you kind of make eye contact, or not eye contact, but look at it, it vanishes.
Was it? Did I notice it was tall or any?
Have you seen the first Insidious movie?
No.
Well, for those who have, it's similar to that dark shadow of the demon that kind of lingers in the corner of the room when they go into the kid's bedroom. Well, I'll see if I can find an image of it, and I'll pop it in the Discord after. But it's creepy.
Martin Asia movie ghost.
I see. Does she get any kind of sense from it, or is it just?
Nope.
Okay. She'll
It's gone. It's there 1 second. It's gone the next.
she'll walk through the door, close that door, and just be like, "Yeah, we are not alone." Just putting that out there. So I've just closed that door. But yeah, we're not alone, guys.
Talk about the purple thing.
So I'm
No.
just gonna whack that in our Discord because not in the streaming discussion because I don't want to scare folks who might have a weird reaction to this sort of shit. So let me see if I can get a better one.
It wasn't purple. It was a shadow.
We don't talk about this, guys. Remember?
I know, but it's
But-
here.
It's a bit difficult
But
Okay.
because I don't
Until
know what you're not talking
get-
about.
I'll post the
Yeah,
second
we-
message in now as well.
thank you.
Until we get all rings like these, and I point to my fake ring
And my real one.
and your real one. Do we get rings like these for everyone? We don't talk about it, okay? It's a disease that only gains strength when we think about it.
But I'm
So let's
thinking
all
about
be
it right
like
now.
Max.
Stop
I know,
thinking
I
about it.
know. Let's all be
What
like
is it?
Max.
You can't talk about
It's
it.
a lot of. I just gotta be honest, with you guys. I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it for now. But it's just a little bit strange for me.
Okay,
I'm not
hold on.
aware of I'm aware of, it's all a bit new to me, more so than you.
Arthur, if I take off this ring for a second and give it to Buddy, or an hour.
I'm
for
not
the
sure
tune.
how that's going to, if that's going to help or not.
Damn.
It's an idea though.
You're just gonna have to trust us for now.
I guess I will.
Uh,
And Buddy
it
will
might
accept that. He's open to just trusting these people and see where it goes for now.
Okay.
He absolutely is. And the reason is, in the back of his mind, he really just wants to save the valley and his hometown, and he's starting to feel part of this group. So it's been a while since he's felt part of a unit, and he's feeling good.
Max, where have you gone? You headed back to the room on your own while they're talking.
I've headed back up to the room. Yeah, I kind of
Okay.
imagined everyone was
It's
kind
not
of
even thinking about it.
Yeah, Max, as you kind of continue
traipsing their way up to.
I'll say you probably see something quite similar to what Alara did in the shot. You don't have dark vision at all either, so
No.
there are a lot more shadows. Down
I'll
there
have
for you.
I'll have my torch on, but yeah,
Kind of
that'll be it.
as you kind of look, keep your head on a swivel. Out of the corner of your eye, this shadowy figure seems to be following you. Whenever you're just about to turn to look at something, it's there, and then when you're looking, it's gone.
I'm not scared of shadows. They're ridiculous.
You don't have dark vision, so I will say it doesn't stand out as much. It could be just the light playing, the flickering of the torch, but you're not 100% sure if that's actually the case or if that's just you rationalizing it.
Would you mind mage handing this into the slot?
Yeah, let's get in.
This lock here,
Wherever Kiva wants.
you insert it. You hear as the door splits and slides either way into the wall of assessing. This doorway is now open.
Before we go anywhere, Arthur, can you not throw fucking daggers at chests?
And don't touch anything.
In my
Touch
defense,
everything.
I thought the water was going to come in, and I wanted to know if there was something I could stand on.
Okay, fair, but stop touching things now.
Touch everything.
Don't touch the things.
Curiosity killed the cat, but reward brought it back, okay?
I'm not a cat.
No, I'm not, but I am very curious.
Just as ornery. Let's go to
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in first. As I say, but I'm very curious. I'm just gonna walk in.
I mean, don't check for traps, but this room corridor seems to be fine.
I'm
What's
not
this
good at
circle?
that.
The circles are mostly lanterns, like different, like wood
Okay.
or stone carved lanterns.
Oops. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna just gently walking down here. I have a passive perception of 20, so I'm gonna be looking for the murals and stuff that.
Yep. There's
You
nothing
noticed-
really on the walls in this, except for when you get to the end.
There's another door, you guys.
Yeah,
I got a
on
job
that
lot on
door.
doors.
There's a kind of a carving on the door. Some sort of weird wavy lines and a dwarf holding up his shield and blocking like them as they come in at him.
Hmm. Don't get too close to the door.
The door is
Looks
not
like a
actually
warning.
locked, I had it locked by accident. It's kind of ajar. But not open, but ajar.
Any lights, any sounds, any smells, any.
Nope.
Maybe.
It's the smell of dust.
Okay,
You
maybe
really need to get some cleaners.
I'm gonna get my description for the next room up while these are debating what these are doing there.
May try and push open the door.
Is there any murals or any writing or anything on this?
In this room, no, unless you go through. Mage hand won't be strong enough to push open this door as it is a stone door.
You may shout.
Buddy, do you know what friend is in Dwarfish?
Yeah.
That might work.
The door
Friends.
the door is ajar. Like it's not shut.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, it's not shut. Okay.
Well, shouting friend
sorry.
can't harm us. I mean,
Yeah.
Fred! Is there any purple light coming from behind the fucking door?
Nope.
Okie doke.
Okay.
We're all scared
Yeah.
of the door.
Oh, we should just walk through here. Come on.
Yeah.
We don't
okay.
have time.
Wait, which it?
Okay.
I mean, looking out for obvious traps. Tripwires,
Same.
whatever. Making a move
Yep.
this way.
I am just grabbing the description here now. I'm just going through my notes.
No
on the
chests. Thank God. Thank
Okay.
the gods.
As you enter the room, spanning this longer curved wall is a mural. The mural spans the wall of the chamber. Stone is chipped, cracked, and clawed in places, but enough remains to tell the tale. Faded gold inlays and emberstone fragments trace the form of Rurik Emberdeep, standing tall before a spiraling rune circle. His posture is solemn, one hand raised towards the city behind him, the other clutching a broken scepter of forged light. But the face has been defaced, chiseled out crudely, leaving only the shape of Rurik's helm. Deep gouges mar the armor and chest runes, like somebody sought to erase his identity, not just his image. Behind him, the city of Kazam burns, not with fire, but with black spiraling glyphs that rise like smoke from the cracked earth. These glyphs are not original. They pulse faintly, as if newer, carved over the mural's surface in oily, tar-black veins. You immediately all recognize the symbol. They are symbols of Shalgarath. The eye with the 3 lines. Beneath his feet, the inscription now states, "I knew what we should not seal. Let silence fall, let thought remain." That appears to be scratched out over what was originally there. What was originally there, if you peer closer, because it is still visible. "I seal what we should not have known. Let stone fall, let silence remain." The contradiction seems to be some sort of a mockery. That's mostly what you see.
Is this liquid flammable? I'm going to test it with a produce flame.
What liquid?
The liquid that the glyphs are written in.
It's more of like an inky, magical tracing effect.
Okay. That's a pity that we can't get rid of it.
Never said that.
Do you want me to burn it?
I will say, I suppose, Kiva and Arthur, you're protected, so Max and Elara, you both feel very uncomfortable in this room, like you're being watched.
Should
And
probably.
briefly, it looks like those eyes carved onto the mural are actually following you.
Alara anyway will probably stand beside Max 'cause he's the big one. Just be like, do you feel as uneasy as I do?
Always.
Is there a rock or is there something here? Or
Chipped
anything that-
stone.
Just gonna get the biggest stone, biggest rock I can find.
Yep.
And just start bashing the mural.
Nothing happens.
I'm just trying to make it unrecognizable.
Nothing happens. You're not even damaging it.
Okay.
After seeing you
This
do-
is expert dwarven craftsmanship. Whatever's the face, this is incredibly powerful.
Okay, folks, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any
Don't
dwarven
look
right?
at
Investigate
it.
this door here.
Does anyone have any paint?
I've got fire.
Check.
I'm pretty sure that door just brings us back out of the hallway.
That door is the one that was had rubble up against it on the other side.
Ah.
If you're using your locational you'd be able to guess.
Cool deal. All right, so. Can I do an
Almost like somebody
investigation
had
of these?
tried to prevent people from getting to this room.
This one here to the
Right.
right.
That's
Oh, the
an
one
open
I'm
door.
at.
That's a shut door, but it's not locked.
I mean, I
I'm
do
gonna
know
be investigating the walls and stuff as I go along, just to see if there's any more
Yeah.
information.
These walls just depict the city of Kazan before and after. So one is kind of a it's like a dwarven metropolis almost. It's very like it's golden inlaid. It's been defaced slightly. There are a few of those creepy symbols, but for the most part, it's still quite. You can tell it was a beautiful city once. The other one shows narrow stone bridges broken that lead into the city. It shows a large creature almost walking throughout it. You can't really make out details of it. Like buildings are, smashed and chipped and broken.
A large creature like the shape similar to what we've seen? Well, in the
Hard to say with the level of detail. Like you've seen. Like this is quite a detailed creature, but you've only seen like a black shape. Like a silhouette almost. They're not dissimilar.
Can I
Okay.
ask, would the rubble that's blocking this door, would that seem unlikely messy work for dwarves, or would it have
Yeah,
likely have been someone else?
Well, you served with dwarves in the military, probably that would have dealt with cave-ins and stuff. It seems like it was an explosion went off, caused it. I would say somebody probably detonated something to collapse the doorway.
Okay.
That's not at this door you're at, buddy. By the way.
I know
No,
that,
it's-
yes. The other
It's
one.
the
Yeah,
door
just
down
checking.
here. It's
But there's-
yeah, like there's no door there. Like there's just like rocks.
Rubble.
It's not dig. You can't dig through it and get to a door. Not that we.
You'd have to spend some time at it.
We were
Okay.
on the other side of it when we
me-
came in.
Original question would be: does it that looks a bit too messy, like for dwarves? So surely dwarves, if they really didn't want someone to see something, would do something a bit tidier, would they not? We don't.
It's an
know.
explosion. It's an explosion. You don't. It depends. Like if dwarves are in a hurry, maybe.
Okay, I'll just point
Generally,
out
probably not though.
then my thought to the others that like he's talking about hiding stuff with stone falling, and there's stone falling over here and it's hiding something.
I think
wanna
it's
hear
hiding in
it?
this room.
Probably is hiding everything. Just
Messy
It's
dwarves
hiding-
is his favorite Bowie album.
a thought. Seems relevant.
But it
Yeah.
leads through to the
I-
room that we came in.
Going
on.
to need a wisdom save from yourself now at this stage, buddy, as you're standing in this room for this amount of time.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
25.
You're fine.
I'm
But
gonna open the next
you've
door.
kind of copped not to spend too long looking into the inky blackness that's kind of coming off the mural. I'd say.
Mm.
That. You open the
Lara,
door?
Max,
Um,
come over this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna walk through.
Yep. Inside this room is bare stone.
We need to get out of here.
There are footprints in the dust leading away from this room though that you're currently in.
Do they look recent?
Recent enough, yeah.
Okay. We got footsteps. We've got
There's
Probably
multiple sets. So
multiple sets. Do they look goblin or do they look humanoid?
one of the sets look like an armored boot. The rest look goblinoid.
Shite. Okay. Let's take the volume down.
The armored boot
Let's-
ones look older than the goblins.
Oh shit.
You might
Okay.
get to
Let's.
kill more goblins.
You do know
I
somebody
thi-
else was down here recently. Arcane. So
I think.
and
I
that
think
cave
Tarkin's
in and that cave in there doesn't look super old.
I think Tarkin's about to be ambushed. So let's hurry on. Okay.
I'm gonna
know you
close
don't
that
like-
door before we go on.
Open the
Even
next
Max,
door.
you hear faint whispers as you're the last people in the hallway, but you can't quite make out what they're saying. It's like as soon as
Yeah.
the doors shut, something in the room started to speak.
Knowing that in the previous room, Ilara was aware of something as well. I've been kind of keeping an eye out, nearby. Because there's spooky stuff going on.
Yep. This door is actually, it's like similar. It's like a crack open. Like they didn't shut it properly behind whatever was through here. If you give me 2 seconds before you open that.
More
Yeah.
cracks.
Hear anything coming from the other side of it?
You do. I'm about to kind of go through that now.
All right, sorry.
So I have notes for this as well. I meant to move these over today, but I didn't. Right. So you hear the first one, goblinoid voice. You say the name again, Dugbit. I swear the stones will crack open and suck us down. And here, I didn't say it. I thought it. Maybe that's how it gets you. You think it, then the whispers come. First like your ma, then like you. What if it already knows we're talking? What if it's listening? You said you saw it in a puddle. It wasn't. It's no eyes, just no man, just a creepy black shape. Made me forget what I was forgetting. The boss says it ain't real. Yeah, then why was he wearing that black rune on his chest, crying in his sleep? Yeah, we should shut up before he hears us. It was last year at the goblins. There are definitely 2 goblins having a conversation on the other side of this door.
But they're not moving. We haven't heard them walk away or anything.
No, they just stopped talking. They're probably guarding the room. I'd say you'd gather with your passive insight.
So yeah, as soon as we walk in, they'll see us. Basically.
I'd assume so.
Sneaky.
Buddy will say, we should just rush in and catch them by surprise and kill them immediately. Quick and hard.
Send Lara first. She likes killing goblins.
Sharp and fast.
And I'm gonna count us down and do like 3, 2, 1, and then burst in.
Can I get a strength check as you try to burst in through the door? You said you're leading it, so I need it from you, Arthur.
Shit.
Now we're all smushed up behind him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of them cartoons when they go.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's an 11.
that's not good.
It's not quite as graceful as you wanted it to be, or explosively
feeling
fast,
it.
but it takes like 2 rams at the door, but then you get through.
Christ. Probably should have asked Max to do that.
Is barged through, did we? Yeah.
Yep.
You get a surprise round? Go on.
Yeah, you do.
Woohoo!
Okay. I'm gonna run straight at. Let's see. Do I have? Yeah. I should have enough.
No room. Yeah, 25 feet. You got him.
Yeah, I'm gonna run straight into him and just be like, I just stab the fucker.
You roll to hit. I'll give you advantage because he's surprised. He's like, oh,
Lovely.
fuck!
That's a 22 the hit.
Nice.
And that is.
How'd you do this?
I just run and just slit his throat before I just slit his throat before I even stop.
Yeah, the last thing he does is he reaches up and he tries to push weight against it, but it's too late. The blood is splurting out and he just hits the ground. Alara, you're up next. We're just going to use the previous turn order. Actually, no, I'm not going to clear the turn order. I'm going to clear that turn order. We're not going to go into initiative because this should be quick enough. I'd say we're going to order of who came out of the door. Yeah, Kiwi, you're out.
I was going to use my bonus action to dash to get
Oops.
closer to the next one.
You can do that, yeah.
Yeah, just so that
flanking even to give you advantage.
that was the plan.
Okay.
Dave, we don't know that they live here.
Hey.
Chat hate you for attacking the goblins. 18
I
hits.
don't think they live here.
For 7 and 5.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, enough to kill it. You just crack its head.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit it so hard with the staff that it kind of just goes bloop down the middle.
Yeah, like it's still turned around facing, looking at me. He's like, "Oi, scream ball!" And then hits the ground. They did shout quite loudly as you hit them, though. So there's one last shut door here.
Okay. Any sounds behind it?
Yeah, you can hear multiple goblins walking.
Oh, which way does this door swing?
Dwarven made doors nearly impossible to tell.
It's a bit of a personal question.
The hinges are super well hidden.
Okay.
This is like a stone. This is a stone door. This isn't like a wooden metal reinforcer. This is a solid stone door.
Can I check these two goblins for anything before we go in?
You can.
Investigation. 15.
Okay, give me 1 sec here.
No worries. Spoon for Arthur. Go. Thanks, Raven Ranger.
Where is it? While you're doing
I'm trying
that,
to drop this in the Discord because it's not working on Roll20. This is something I just found on Google, so I don't want to pop it up on stream view, but just going to give you a better idea. You find a drawing of like a shadowy figure with good glowing red eyes.
Right.
Arthur, do you want
Yes.
to grab this end of this chain and hide in this corner beside the door here? And maybe we could
Yeah.
entice them to come running through, and they'll just trip and go prone.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's
can-
a solid point. Solid point, chat. Not all goblins are evil. Some just
yes,
You know.
but they knew too much. So, you want me to be? Do you want me to be obnoxious and have them all run at me?
Well, if someone else holds the other end of this chain, the plan is they might come running through, and in their haste, get tripped up and then be prone, and then we can finish them off nice and quick.
Okay. I'll hold the chain. I'm gonna hold the chain.
Yeah. So see the way there's corners there, Carrick. We're kind of crouching down in that or standing in it, and the chain is along the
Yeah,
ground, and the
you can
plan
do
is
that.
obviously to trip them as they come through, if we can get them to come through running.
I think that's a good idea.
I will.
But just because we are ending at 10 tonight, I think now would be a good time to kind of come out with the gameplay and just do a bit of a answer any questions chat might have or any questions you guys might have for each other.
Oh, cool.
So I'm just going to move us back over onto a different map just for now, with less grimdark music. As we leave it there, as you guys set up your ambush for next session. You're in here. So I'll start with a few questions. How is Alara's mental state now, Kira?
She would, after seeing the two goblins attack, because it was a goblin, is what she killed initially. She's just kind of frozen with things. Like, she wants to help her friends, and she doesn't want to see them get attacked and hurt and things like that. So, but not good. Not good. She would be. She needs a long, long rest.
And
Really evaluate.
what are you thinking of this shadowy figure then as a result? Are you linking the two, or do you think they're separate? Well, just she, not you. Sorry.
Linking to the purple glow, to the, sorry.
Yeah, so no, I mean the shadowy figure started after you saw the glow and the whispers, but
She probably thinks it's her conscience. Something coming to come and get her and just been like, you deserve this evil that's going to come to you after what you've done. This is not you. You don't do this.
okay. Let's move on to Buddy. What's
Yep.
Buddy make of all this?
He's not sure. He's not sure. He's concerned about his homeland. He's got other personal stuff going on in the background,
Mhm.
but he's very much a homebird, and he has I mean, he's lost everything that's central to him, and the last thing he needs to do is lose the village and the surrounding people around him. In terms of the voices and the shadows and the black stuff and the stuff we're not supposed to talk about, he's still not 100% sure on that. He's not. I mean, he doesn't fully grasp it, but he knows that it's obviously it's connected. The guys have explained it to a certain degree, but
The best they can, yeah.
yeah, he's willing to trust him, like you said, but he's trying to hold on to. He's just trying to keep the reality. I mean, he went into the war to protect the area that he loves, the people that he loves. He ended up losing two of the people that he loved the most, probably in the long run, because of the effects of the war had on him. And now there's another threat that's coming that he's not sure of, doesn't know if he can help, but sure as hell better than sitting at the bar drinking all day. He thinks at the moment.
One sec, I need to. Sorry, it was a sneeze that just wasn't coming. Yeah, so essentially, yeah, like Buddy's seen some shit during the war, but I'd say this is a lot more insidious than what he's seen going on before. Usually, I suppose evil that you've encountered in the valley had a much more obvious approach than
Yeah.
what's going on here.
I think this feels like it has more of a potential absolute end if it goes wrong
Yeah,
to
there's
life as we know it, I suppose. But like it's not a pleasant sort of a thing. You know, it's like it comes in the guise of a, well, not so much a plague, but like a mental disease, and ultimately Buddy is a druid and he's about life, and he understands that, you know, disease is part of life, but this is just beyond that. It's multiple steps beyond that, and he's not. There's a small part of him that hopes to get back build his
and you've
home
seen
up.
now at this stage as well what happens to kind of things that fall too far under its influence, the way they get changed. So like the spiders, like people that you when you first joined, and the party, you've seen it happen before as well with Salmon down in the dungeon. The person you
Yeah.
went through. So I'm sure they probably at some stage explained that to you. So which it seems like creatures that are exposed to this for too long become mutated. Not really sure how
Yeah.
yet. I don't think these have had been time to put the pieces together on that. But yeah, it's definitely a big threat. Probably bigger than what Buddy's seen before. I mean, the last war that rolled through here was vicious for sure. Like left a lot of bodies behind, but it was war. You know, it was two
Yeah.
sides taking swings at each other. It wasn't people waking up one day deciding to murder their family members because they don't believe them.
Yeah. It is a very different level of things. And I think he is aware of it. I think only something that big could have taken him away from the bottom of the pint
Yeah.
bottle at the end of the bar, in his lowest of his lows. And that's where he's at the moment.
Yeah, we'll go to Kiva. Kiva, you're seemingly protected from the ongoings now, but you've been probably seeing shit the most. As
Yeah.
Arthur was fairly quick to find his own protection, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, and she doesn't like that she can't kind of talk freely with the others about what's going on because they don't have the ring to protect them as well yet. Hopefully we'll find some more, but because she can understand, like if she was in there, she'd be like, what the fuck? Like I don't know these people long enough to be listening to them.
But you know each other. You know each other a few months at this stage with the travel, with the journey, and the little amount of time you've been here.
Yeah.
Well, most of you. I mean, Buddy, no, he's now a few days, but
Yeah, and she's just trying to, she's aware as well that Alara, much as I'm slagging Freya, she knows that Alara is going through some stuff because she's killed 2 times now.
One time.
And she's like, she doesn't, because she would want to kind of not comfort her, but give her a shoulder if she wants to talk about it. But she feels like there's no safe place here to just even have a minute to be
Yeah.
vulnerable and talk to somebody. And she's kind of finding that hard because she's already keeping secrets, so she doesn't like keeping this a secret, even though it's
Yeah,
not.
I get you. We have a question from chat there as well. What's keeping the party together, given you don't know each other this long? I mean, I feel like
I think it's Arthur's
necessity.
accents, really.
Yeah. See what
Yeah.
accent I do next. Yeah.
Remember when we
They're
all
just
broke
curious.
down kind of at each other, and then we all decided, we've all been through so much.
Stuff.
that
Yeah.
Maybe that night
Yeah.
is what's now keeping us together more so than anything.
Mm.
I think to a point, yeah. And I think, as I had said earlier on in the stream, I think Buddy is starting to feel, as short a time as it is, it's the first time in a while where he hasn't been acting solely as an individual, feels part of a group, and that feels good to him, and coupled with just the massive threat.
Oh, it is.
Those two things keep
I
him
think
with the group anyways.
what Dave's saying here, this seems like really dangerous stuff. I mean, realistically, and I'll be honest here, you guys are certainly in over your heads, like in talking about, without getting into the details. Like I think in the next few sessions, it'll really start to reveal to you what exactly you're kind of dealing with. But the fact that the Temple of the Raven Queen has dispatched one of their highest ranking inquisitors here because of the fear of it, says quite a lot. Like, I think Buddy, you'd be vaguely aware of Tarkin from his visits to the valley previously. Like, he led a strike force that took down a Lich that was starting to form here. He's a very, very powerful asset of the Raven Queen. So, like, he's multiple hundreds of years old, and it was Vandrin's Folly, which is a tower that stands kind of, I suppose we're looking at the map up in this kind of village down this way. Outside it, like that, where the weird magical sickness that emanates from it. Like, it was Tarkin and his men that stormed that tower. So it's one of those, like, it's clear probably to you from that knowledge just how serious other folks are taking this outside the valley. It's probably not general knowledge at this stage, because they've identified that that's dangerous. Dave wants to know as well. Well, actually, yeah, Dave wants to know, cults have power and influence. Do they really think they can take them on? Or he's not thinking that far ahead. So are your party thinking, oh yeah, we can handle this, or is it more so we have to because we're kind of caught now?
I think Arthur knows they're fucked. I think Arthur is scared shitless. He's just not showing it. Like, he knows that if he hadn't made that deal, he would already be gone. That he would have already, that just by the nature of his character.
You did read the book, which is probably what spread it the fastest of anything you've encountered so far. I don't know if you guys still have that. I'm pretty sure you do, or did you start?
I think Arthur destroyed it.
No, yeah, no, actually, that tracks. I don't have all my notes to hand at the moment. There, I need to re-download them. But
sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, so it is one of those, like, Arthur's scared shitless. Like, what do the rest of you think about this? Like, how does Max feel about it being kind of more of the fuck it, we'll just fuck shit up kind of guy?
Believe it or not, Max has got some morals. Probably more morals than some of my other characters have, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He's the sort of person that kind of gets dragged along for the ride. So, he was hired to look after this cart, taking something. He doesn't care what it was, but he was hired to do a job. That job's got interrupted, and I don't think he realised
to investigate this cult by one of the cultists.
Yeah,
they were trying to bring people from the outside in.
He's not quite realised that this is escalating quite rapidly into something that's probably a lot bigger than anything he's ever dealt with or had to worry about ever.
Yeah, like what he's from the Ember Flame, the Ember or Fists, or there, which are the kind of band of rogue mercenaries that are across Epos in general. Like generally, what those guys do is they're usually hired to take on bandit clans, or a town may pull together funds to dispatch or to depose kind of a corrupt lord and stuff. That's kind of your guys' bread and butter usually. Like the more esoteric, supernatural shit is. Like he's come across the ultimate monsters, but like for the most part, you guys are, fighting other men. The odd wizard stuff, maybe.
He's seen some weird shit, but it could be just explained with string and fancy pyrotechnics and.
Or some asshole has an arcane focus or made a deal with something stronger than them.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. So anything that's kind of. We know everyone knows that gods exist. They are a thing, but they've not really had much involvement in Max's life.
Dave asks in chat, is it not the Raven Queen dude that should be investigating this? He is. He is actually tasked the party with helping him continue his investigation because he knows they're outsiders as well. He knows that they've, for the most part, are less likely to already be under the sway. He's like
here somewhere.
I think you might have missed. Like he's down here as well. Like he came down here with his men first, and has since sent a sending spell requesting backup.
Unfortunately, we're the backup.
Now, my question there he's now asking you to come down into a place that's full of like these whispers and stuff. Is there any suspicions forming in your guys' mind?
Absolutely. Well, not even
Of
suspicions,
him?
but like.
Yeah.
No, not from Buddy. Not yet.
No. It's been running through Archer's mind that if Tarkin is corrupted, we're fucked. That's nearly worse than, like, I don't know, like that's a pretty end game scenario. And if he gets out and is corrupted and has the power of the church behind him.
Especially with the church being the Church of the Raven Queen. Now, exactly. I know a lot of our games have touched on the Raven Queen on the EC here. My kind of approach to the Raven Queen is a bit different than I think a lot of others. They're more so undead slaying, making sure things stay dead. The Raven Queen in my kind of world are more 40k Grimdark-esque in the sense that if they don't think you should be alive, you will not be alive by the next sunrise. Yeah. Their Kalimvor is the more peaceful god. There's just two gods of death. Kalimvor is the more like, oh yeah, people just die, and we look after the dead, make sure ideally they don't come back. The Raven Queen is the god of choosing when your time is. She is the one who makes the decision. And as such, her followers tend to feel entitled to act on her behalf. So they're very much the
executioner.
They're very much the judge, jury, and the executioner. If as you saw earlier on, like with Tarkin, when Novus was compromised, he just decided, right, well, that's it. The town burns. And by his order, he is high enough ranked within the temple to make that call. And there's not really much anyone can do about it or say about it because out this far, the crown isn't going to get involved. Put it that way. The party will go back, will their work be recognised? Now, so far, only Tarkin has interacted with them. It's possible. Yeah. You kind of have to see how it goes.
I don't think it matters to Buddy,
no.
to be frank. I mean, if Buddy would look at it, and again, he's newer to this, but there is a threat there. Like if you're weeding a garden and someone keeps pointing you down the path towards the bunch of nettles, they still need to be picked. So, regardless of their motivation for it, there is still that direction towards the threat.
I will say there are also the three paladins down here with him. Aster is one of them. I know that. I can't remember the other two's names off the top of my head. I think most of you would know the paladins do have a divine resistance to disease, so I feel like that might be something to keep in the back of your heads. They don't know that, I would say. Like, my answer is like they haven't really spoken about it, you know? He may have communicated with the temple so far, he may not have. It's kind of something they'll have to speak to him to find out. Darkin seems to be a very by the book guy from what you guys have gathered, though, so it's likely that if he has hired you on behalf of the temple, which he has, he's commissioned you. I think he's offered you 2,000 gold a piece, if I remember correctly. He's likely to put that in writing somewhere, but whether that's been sent off yet or not, and if that has been sent off and it's been received, you know. Dave, now you know how we felt about Valder when you first introduced him. That's all I'll say to that.
It is a wrong one.
Yeah, Valder is a wrong one. Darkin is just, you know, he's just good at his job.
Just an annoying outsider. That's what he
Yeah,
says. But other than that,
yeah. Once this is all over, what will you guys want to do? Like, what is your eventual end goal now that if you've solved that problem?
the big problem.
Yeah. What would your motivation after that be?
Get out of my deal.
If
Yeah.
we survive, you mean?
If
Yeah.
Build my home, literally the house, build it back up after burning it down and from a drunken rage, get back in touch with my daughter, try and get the wife back.
Yep.
Get back to working in the valley, looking after the animals.
Hopefully it's that straightforward. Alara, I know you've received mysterious messages about not coming back to the capital city. What do you make of that? Do you think that's connected? Does she think this is connected, or does she think this is something else?
Well, this could be something else got to do with another kind of cult part that was after her at the beginning before
Yeah.
she joined the group. So
A cult, a certain party which involved the granny encountered about here. We're looking at the map. They're not
Yeah,
too far.
well,
You gotta know about that,
well-
but just they're not too far away.
yeah, so I don't know if she's now just entirely worried. Are they linked? Are they connected? Is this another cult? Is this she doesn't know, and now she's racked with guilt. So I don't think she's actually thinking clearly at all right now.
And then Kiva, last question I'll ask before we call it. Would Kiva be in belief that this may be connected to what her old masters are doing
Yes,
before she
100%.
does?
Because what the little she knew of what was happening before she legged it was bad, and she assumes this is bad. Now, I don't know if there was whispering or any of that. We haven't had that conversation.
I will link in with you.
Yeah. But she is worried that it is linked, and that at some point she will come face to face with her old teacher and other people in the monastery who were wrong-uns that she didn't realize they were wrong-uns. So
Well, yeah, I
that's kind of
suppose
what's keeping her going.
you do know that the Stoneline monks are connected to what's going on here. There have been letters from them, so they'd be located. I suppose it's not on this map; it's on the more close-up map, which I'm just not going to swap to yet. That there is some ongoing. I mean, Kiva, you're from a coastal city. You're actually down from here in Costa.
Mm-hmm.
So, the monastery would be out about on this kind of like headland here where you're originally from. So it's a bit far away, but it's not impossible that two different groups are trying to connect with the same creature. You never know. It is interesting that there seems to be a lot of people trying to draw on power from outside of this plane to kind of affect it. I mean, Arthur, yeah, your intention to get out of the deal is definitely something that will take you down a path. It'll be an interesting one to explore. Deals written in blood or signed in blood are not easily broken. So,
No.
If you make the deal in blood, breaking it's probably going to cost a lot more.
Yeah, but he in his mind it was because at that point even he knew that he was going to have to investigate all this, and the more he investigated it, the more likely he would be to fall under the influence.
No, it's either fall under the influence of one malevolent entity or the other.
Yeah.
You may or may not have chosen the lesser of two evils. I can't really confirm or deny it.
No, I don't know. But
Yeah, it's hard to say. So far, he's had your back though. He's warned you.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say at least your
Whatever's
guy has some pluses.
yeah, he's the devil, you know. Well, I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah.
No, devil. You know is accurate. You know he's a devil.
Yeah, I know he's a devil.
You know
Rock
exactly
and
what
or
his
hard
name
place.
is. Yeah.
Mm.
And that hard place has a sharp place, and that's going to hurt. But with that, I think now is a good time to call the episode. We'll be back in about 2 weeks. We may look at changing our time slot slightly to move to 7. I'm going to have to chat that out with these guys, so hopefully we can get a bit more covered, because look, for reasons we do have to end this game a bit early on a Tuesday. But I want to thank you guys all for watching. It's good to be back. I know it's been a bit hectic with the scheduling lately. I know unfortunately a lot of games have been interrupted. But coming up ahead, I didn't actually read the blurb, so I'm going to do that now before we go for some of them, because I intend to take a break, but we were on a roll, so I just kind of kept letting it roll on. Coming up next, this Friday, we do have a one-shot from Shane here, a former member of our game, The Soccer Saga. He's decided to run a one-shot here for us on the Friday. Let me just see if the blurb is here. I don't know if it is. No, I don't think it is, unfortunately, unless I am missing it there. But yeah, no, from what I know, it is a one shot where the party are dealing with a sheep. I believe I played in this one shot before. So Shane's a great DM. I played in a few games with him. I know he's ran a few of the Pathfinder things. It's a good 5e thing. So do be sure to tune in this Friday and check that out. Unfortunately, we have nothing on Thursday. I was looking at trying to get a game in myself, but unfortunately scheduling hasn't lined up. But following that, we will be back on Tuesday with GM Ben and Shadow Dark, where I'm sure they're going to commit more atrocities against the humble mole folks. So on Shadow Dark, we have before descending into the crypts of Stoneholm, our so-called heroes decided to turn their defeated foes' decapitated heads into bowling balls. Once that spot of macabre fun was done, they ventured downwards and encountered a vengeful undead spirit intent on destroying those who came to desecrate its kinfolk's grave. I believe that's what happened last week. How did you just get on with that?
We're okay.
And did anyone get a strike?
No, I don't think. Did we get a strike?
So
I know. Hold on.
you slaughter mole folk, you desecrate the dead. This party sounds like a bunch of runts.
I think it's just Farah, to be quite honest. I think the other two actually have good.
So you're just causing chaos.
And yeah, no, Vara's here for just absolute evil to get this Crimson Queen. But yeah, it literally says here on my notes is we are the tragic trio. We are mainly the Golden Girls at this point because of the 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And head bowling. And she just keeps wanting to do it.
Sounds like a real Kethra activity. I think Vara and Kethra would
I think Vara it could be nearly worse than Kethra.
Potentially at this stage. It's like I've noticed something with you. You're either the most chaotic member of the party, or your characters are really nice. There's no in between.
There's nothing at this point. She's one or the other.
Like Elry, nice person.
She's so sweet and so innocent.
Alara, nice person. Now a murderer, but nice person.
Well,
Kethra and Vara will probably kill you just as soon as say hello.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, and I still think Kethra may be connected to the BBEG, but I don't know for sure. Anyways, what I will say with that is I'm going to let you guys go. Do make sure to check out, if you're looking to run games yourself, Tabletop Audio for audio design. Kate, I don't know if your commissions are open, but Kate does a lot of the maps you'll see here on the EC, including our Patreon. Yeah. And I occasionally do pull them off from the Patreon. I just haven't in a while. But if you need one, have a look at the Patreon itself to get some examples as to what Kate can do. And by all means, if you want something more specific, go Commissioner. They're great quality maps you get. You do get a discount if you're a member of our Patreon, a paying member, I believe. So, and also thanks again to Kate for teching the stream. We couldn't do it without you. So, without further ado, I will... I was going to say hand you off, but I'm not going to hand you off to anything except for a black screen. Is there anyone you guys want us to raid? Any suggestions in chat here?
Central Bank, maybe?
No, I think we get in trouble.
Could do with a house, yeah. Go on.
Let's see. There's a guy called Orc Skull streaming D&D. He's got 16 viewers. Let's give him a few more, get him up to 30. I think it's ! Raid, I believe.
Something like that. It never works for
Yeah.
me for some reason.
Slash raid?
/ raid?
I don't know. I never do this myself.
And
I
Dave's
usually let
gone.
Dave do it. God
Yeah.
damn it, Dave. You never hear when we need you.
Let me see.
Let's try / raid. What's the name? Oh yeah, yeah, it's asking me for the channel name. What's the channel name?
Skull. ORC. Skull.
ORC SKULL. Hmm.
Nah, that doesn't work.
Invalid username.
Okay, well that's weird.
That is weird.
Well, look, we'll leave it for tonight then. If it's not going to work for us, we'll eventually learn how to do that, guys. But thanks for tuning in. Look, go pop over and say hello to Orc School anyways, you know, if you can find them. If you're a subscriber, drop our emotes into chat. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, guys. We'll be back with GM Shane on Friday and some familiar faces. I do believe we have a few EC regulars and new members popping on for that there.
You can't wait to watch.
And in the meantime, if you need something to watch on Thursday, go check out the last episode of Software on Saga if that's been uploaded. It's in 2 parts.
Check
The
our
VOD is in
YouTube.
4 parts. On YouTube if you can, but if not, the VOD is there.
Bye everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.